full time together. For our safety protocols, one of our main things at Safaricom is to ensure that safety is key. So washrooms, where are the washrooms? Right from the door to my right, the ladies and gents are there. So you can help yourself from there. And in case of an emergency, what shall we do? We're going to go straight from the door, go right through the stairs, down the staircase, into the reception. Right there, we're going to meet the fire marshal, who's going now to take us on the next steps, just in case of any emergency. Good? Those are our rules of engagement. Over and above that, I just need us to have fun. I need us to engage with one another. This is an engaging session. So you're going to hear from our leaders what exactly Safaricom Business is trying to achieve, how we are trying to grow your biashara and empowering you guys with the tech solutions. That's why we have come here. But on the other side, we really want to hear from you. What challenges are you facing? What exactly are you going through in your SME, in your biashara, in the day-to-day? What do you think we can do for you guys so that we can grow together, walk on this journey together as a partner? Sounds good? So there is time, there's going to be a Q&A session after each speaker, so allow us to engage as much as we can. Cool? All right, so I'm being told we're about to go live, and the timer is there. So yes, let us wait as we get online. Good. So the hashtag is GWSB, Grow with Safaricom Business. I really want us to engage online, even right after this. Yes. Amazing. Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Zurika means get beautiful. It's a Swahili word, zuri, yani uzurike. My clientele is mostly ladies, and we have from kids and also different classes of individuals, so from middle to high end. How do we get our more clientele and more sales? Through online. So we have our online platforms in Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Zurika by Wamboi. So we've been able to do this using internet. Before, the internet we were using was so slow. For example, when you're going live, it will buffer a lot. And when people, you're there, you're live, and you're on and off every time, they get, bored and, they leave your live, right? But once we were able to install the Safaricom fiber, oh my goodness, it has been amazing. The speed is awesome, no buffers, and we are able now to even do our lives with no interruption at all, actually. Once people make orders via our online platforms, of course, you pay first so that you can be able to deliver your goods. And what other way to pay? If not, the M-Pesa business still, it's very convenient. And with Safaricom, the network coverage is everywhere. And it's very safe. You can no longer experience fraud. I see Zurika in 5 years' time, an international brand, so that people can be able to learn and appreciate handmade. Because this is something we make from our hearts. And there's nothing as beautiful as uniqueness, not mass production. So as we branch out internationally, I feel M-Pesa Global will be able to really, really help Zurika in terms of the payment system, and also
Asante, big shout out to Zurika, and good morning to each and every one of you. Coming from you live at Boma Inn Hotel in Eldoret. I was just telling my friends in the room and the many SMEs in the room, this is our first edition of Grow with Safaricom business in Rift Valley edition. Please, makofi kwetu tafadhali. We are coming to the land of home of champions. I think that is amazing. The other thing I was telling my friends here is that the last time I was in Eldoret was about 10 years ago. I think it was on my second job, and honestly, truly amazing to be standing before great men and women doing biashara in Eldoret. So karibuni sana, Grow with Safaricom Business. This is the Rift Valley edition, and we are also doing the caravan for M-Pesa Sokoni, celebrating M-Pesa 18 years. Good to see you. If you're joining us live from anywhere, the county or the country, please tell me, where are you logging in from? Join me on the comment section. Let me know, where are you joining me from, which county? I know there's some SMEs out there in diaspora. I know most of them follow Safaricom Business, so please let me know on the comment section. Let us have an engaging session as you hear from us what Safaricom Business can do for you. Okay, so my name is Victoria Wangeshi. I'm a business development specialist at Safaricom Business, where we position tech solutions for SMEs as well as the medium and large enterprises. And it's a privilege to have the SMEs with us today during this session. And today we are talking about growth. We are talking about sustainable, innovative growth for small and micro businesses, which are the backbone, honestly, of our economy. All right, so truly honored to be your MC and host for today. Like I was actually telling my friends in the room, this is going to be a very engaging session, so I would love my online audience as well to engage us. As you tell us where you're logging from, please hashtag the biashara you're coming from, the biashara you're representing, because this is all for you. This platform we created for Grow with Safaricom Business. Actually, the challenge checked in from you guys. You said that you want a platform where you can network, where you can exchange ideas, where you can learn which tools and resources can really propel your business, can really fuel your business to greater heights and to scale to the next level. And the reason why we are here today. So to start us off, I would like to welcome our lead of Rift Valley region. He's the regional business lead, and I want him to come and just welcome us in and usher us in into this region and tell us what we should be looking forward to. So please give a warm welcome to Samuel Kirubi, who will be joining me on stage. Samuel, karibu sana, tukaribishe nyumbani.
You know, okay. So Wangeshi has told us the last time she was here was 10 years ago. The last time we were here was? The last time we were here was when? See, the last 2 minutes, because we've been here throughout. Right? So good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, so it's great to have you here. We have been the last 5 days running M-Pesa Sokoni. And I want to just tell you why, how serious we took you so that we can have this event within this week. We kicked off on Monday, having a session with our customers across North Rift, which is the other side of Kapenguria. We came down to Kitale, engaged our customers in those markets, came down to Eldoret. We have gone all the way to Elgeyo and have been engaging our customers on M-Pesa Sokoni. As you know, we're celebrating 18 years of M-Pesa. We've also had a great session with our farmers. We had a session with DigiFarm, with our farmers right here in Eldoret. We then engaged some of our other corporate customers on our Sapphire Connect. And yesterday was interesting, engaging the youth in Rift. So we've, by and large, looked at the customers that you're targeting. And one interesting thing about me and you is that whereas I am charged with taking care of our business, where I earn a salary, You are charged with taking care of a business where you earn a what? A profit. Sindio? So we both must agree that we're both running a business. Only that the outcome one earns something after 30 days, the other one earns something for life. Sindio? So we have a job ahead of us. And I think the common thing between us and yourself is one, the customer. So today then we are going to then be having a sessions between yourself and ourselves to look at what are these opportunities that we both have to take care of this customer. Remember, the Safaricom, for example, through M-Pesa have brought you 37 million customers. I mean, which other room would you want to be other than in Safaricom, where you have access to 37 million customers, who you can engage on business opportunities that you have, who you can engage on the products that you have. And then Safaricom has said, we not only want to expose these customers to you, to those customers, we want to work with you to make sure that you're addressing the different needs that are with these customers. On our side, our job is simple. We identify the opportunity, you make money. Is that not a better deal? Sindio? So our job is very simple. We go through the market, identify an opportunity, the rest is on, and then we work with you while you're we're taking advantage of those opportunities that are within this market. We sit around, we have 11 counties. That's how big you serve. That's the customers that you serve within Rift. Around 11 million customers that you're serving currently through the different products that you have. I know that you guys have done a great job the last 1 year, the last many years that you've engaged in our customers. So I look forward today to have 3 things that we can do together. 1, identify those areas where we haven't exposed to you and the opportunities that you can take advantage. 2, that by evening or by the time you're done with this session, some bit of regret. Is that a bad thing? I want you to regret why you had not had this session the last 1-2 years, because there are things you will discover today that you'd have taken advantage the last 12 months. And then number 3, that by the time we are done with this session, that we'll have shared some insights, maybe not enough, some insights enough for you to share with us feedback that tells us where we need to do better, because the only way we can improve in supporting you is the level of feedback that we give you. So my name is Kirubi Thairu. Karibuni sana Rift.
A better warm, honestly. I think he has really set the tone and welcomed us in his home. But before Kirubi, before you sit, one of the things you said was the 11 million customers. They are here. One of them is here. And she was very early. I think she purposed, she committed. I know everybody did, but huyu alitokelezea mapema sana. And I really want to recognize her because I think it speaks to the level of commitment she has even in her biashara. So please allow me, Kirubi, if you can come back on stage. Come back on stage and let's gift this and recognize and appreciate this customer. Her name is Bridget Mweresa. Are you in this room? Bridget Mweresa of SWAT Events and Tours. She came at about, what time did you come? Bridget, kindly. I can see you on the table. Makofi kwake. She's one of the, actually she's the first person who checked in here. She's the first person. If you can join me on stage kindly. And as you come on stage, I want you to tell us your name and a brief on what your company does, because this is why, one of the reasons why we are here, to network and to get to know each other, what biashara we are actually doing. So Bridget, the mic is yours.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, it's on. Yes?
Okay, my name is, as you have heard, my name is Bridget Kesaro Mweresa. I'm an intern at SWAT Events and Tours. The work that is, the services that we offer is the tours and events alone. Yeah.
Tours and events in this region. Do you have other branches or?
There is one branch in Nairobi, and
Okay.
the other one here in Eldoret, Zion Mall. Thank you.
Beautiful. Is the business online? SWAT Events and Tours. Is it online?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Where can we follow you? Where can we get you? Because that's the reason why we are here, to also promote each other. On Facebook?
Okay, I'm sorry to tell you this. I'm an intern.
Okay.
And I've been there for like 1 week.
Okay.
I was sent here, but all I know is that the SWAT events and tour is in social media.
Perfect.
Of course, you can get it in Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms.
Thank you, Bridget. Asante sana. Please, Kirubi.
What a better way to start off your career
Yes.
by having such a platform, si ndio?
Exactly.
Sasa,
Exactly.
hatujui mwenye amemwajiri kama atampatia kakitu. Because now everybody knows who.
SWAT.
Everybody knows who.
Yes.
Si mnaona mnarudia? Well done.
Thank you. A warm applause to Bridget as she gets her gift. You can come here, Bridget, tafadhali. You just get a better photo. SWAT Event and Tours. It's in Rift Valley as well as in Nairobi. You can follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media assets. Asante sana, Bridget. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's continue. So we have been welcomed into Rift. Asante sana, Kirubi, for your remarks. Now we want to dive deep into the reason why we are here. Safaricom Business. Who is Safaricom Business, and what do we do, as well as how does Grow with Safaricom Business really fit into all this? And I would like to have this opportunity to welcome our acting tribe lead of small and micro enterprises, Mr. Peter Oyamo, to stage, who will set the tone for us on the main purpose why we're here. Makofi kwake as he comes on stage. Peter, karibu. Make sure nieke muziki. Karibu sana, Peter.
Am I on? I'm saying the good thing your muziki imewekwa nikishafika, so I don't have to dance to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for joining us today, and I'm very happy to see you from here. You look wonderful. Today is a very good day for us. We've never been in Rift to do this session. Yeah, so it's an anchor session for Eldoret and Rift in general. So at the end of the conversation we want to have today, we're hoping that you'll derive a lot of value from what we're just about to discuss. Yesterday, we were in this same room with medium and large enterprises to discuss fundamental things that are necessary to drive business, and not just to drive business, to drive meaningful business that offers value to your customers and offers values to yourself as the owner of the business. At the core of it was Grow with Safaricom Business Platform, which is the very platform we are riding on today. So I will start by just telling you about Grow with Safaricom Business Platform. So this is a platform we started sometime last year. Let me just use this mic so that I'm able to move around. So this is a platform we started sometime last year in March. And the objective of this was to have the opportunity to engage with businesses. And our idea at that point was small and micro businesses who are just starting up. The idea was, where did this name called hustling came from? Why do we have to always hustle? Why can't we grow businesses from hustling to structured businesses, right? That yes, you must start somewhere, hustling, but then we grow you. So the Grow with Safaricom Business Platform is therefore a platform that helps you to accelerate your business growth. How do we do this? Is we create an environment where you are able to learn, engage with business owners like yourself, and learn about technologies and other skill sets that are necessary to grow your business. Just to point out some of the things that we've done in the past using the Grow with Safaricom business, we've helped businesses to overcome branding challenges, businesses to start digitizing their operations. We've helped business to start, to prevent themselves from cyber threats, expand their markets, take advantage of digital markets, and basically run a very efficient business operation within your organization. So, how have we been engaging over the period? We've been doing this through a series of workshops, and I've just mentioned that this is the first time we're coming to Rift. However, we've gone to all the other regions across this country. So we do workshops like this. We give you an opportunity to network amongst yourself. We connect you to business leaders in the community, in the industry. We do exhibitions and display to you some of the solutions that are available in the market. And sometimes we even help you with a marketplace where you can come and even sell some of your goods that you may have and network with every other business person who's around the workshop. So today, we explore a critical subject in business. If you have to grow today in the digital world we live in today, you have to think of something called innovation and always staying on, and connectivity to support that staying on. So today, as we explore those two things, innovation and connectivity, we shall theme it under a very simple tagline called Fueling Financial Growth Through Innovation. So ladies and gentlemen, before I go deeper into it, let me just take a step and reflect a bit about small and micro, which is the business segment today we are talking about in the room. So statistics say that 90% of businesses in Kenya are small and micro. And those 90% of those businesses that are small and micro contribute about 40% of the GDP. I think if you were to look at registered businesses who step out of that category of small and micro, they don't go beyond 1.5 million in Kenya. But we have close to 8-point-something million small and micro businesses in Kenya. What does that mean? It means that we need to really focus and invest in that space of small and micro. Let me tell you the ironical thing is that the business tools today we have in the market are tailored to serve large enterprises, right? So when developers in the past and the tech community in the past have been thinking of tools for supporting businesses, they've been building tools that will support a large enterprise. Here's a case whereby 90% of businesses in Kenya are small and micro. That's why Grow with Safaricom Business Platform is relevant. Because then we come and sit with you and engage with you, we pick insights from you, and we are able to co-create knowledge base, learning from each other, ideas that will help us then build solutions that are relevant to your business, that will help you accelerate your growth. Let me focus on some of the right solutions that we've built in the past, and just look at how they've had, the impact they've had to businesses. One, I remember I said about moving you from hustling business to a structured business. We need to move away from that notion of I'm barely surviving and start scaling up to grow. So I'm going to explain to you how some of these technology that we are talking about do not necessarily require tech expertise. You do not have to have developers and engineers in the house to take advantage of such solutions. You do not have to have a huge budget sitting somewhere in your bank to run some of these solutions. Let me take a back step and ask you, anybody, for a small token that Victoria will help me get. When you start your business, what is the first thing you need to think of? Anybody. By the way, there are mics on their table, so feel free to pick up and just say something. You don't qualify, Bright. You don't qualify. Yes, there's a hand there.
Yeah.
What is the first thing, when you start your business, what is the first thing you need?
Capital.
Great. Very good. You need capital.
Speaker, if I may, remember this is a networking, so if you can sell yourself, your name and your name of business, that would be great. Remember, we're live. Huwezi jua. You can say your name and the name of your business and the answer. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Kennedy Kimyotich. I'm from that side of computers and service providers. My answer was capital.
Great. Capital is a good answer. Who else? Who else? Yes, this table. Kumbuka tumeambiwa tujiuze. Sell yourself before you start answering.
Hello everyone, my name is Sharon Okwisa. I own a shop, I sell phones and accessories
Great.
in town. So the other thing you have to think about is the location of the business. Where will you be doing the business from? The location, is it visible? Ama imejificha huko nyuma?
Okay, let me just steer you along. So, assuming umepata location, umepata capital, what is the next thing? Sasa unataka kuanza kuuza. Kabla uanze kuuza unafaa kufikiria nini?
Mode of payment, how will my clients pay?
Correct, you've said what I wanted you to say. So today, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday I was reading an article to help me prepare for this session, and it spoke about 40% of small and micro businesses borrow from their relatives and friends to finance their business, the capital he was talking about. Let me tell you, looking at the bare minimum solutions today we have, Lipa na M-Pesa is your answer. So today when you think of collecting your payment, you can go into Lipa na M-Pesa, get it, and start collecting your payment. It has enhanced itself, and today we have term loans that could help you finance your business. Whether you're riding on Pochi, you can get a Taasi Pochi. When you're riding on Lipa na M-Pesa, you can get Lipa na M-Pesa Pochi, Taasi Till. And you can also get Fuliza Biashara for those emergencies that you have, right? So this is some of the innovation, basic innovation that you require as a business to just start up and set up. So stop borrowing from your relatives, friends, because it creates that tension that you don't need. You need peace of mind to drive your business. So that is the simplest innovation that I can bring forth to you today that is readily available to all of you to take advantage of. So, innovation is built for every business. It is not built for big businesses. Everybody can take advantage of innovation and technology to drive their business. Let me walk you through some of the business propositions we have today over and above the collection of your money and basically getting loans. As you set up your business, you need solutions to connect with your customers, suppliers, and today we have very good solutions called Zidisha Plus. If you take off your phone and dial a USSD called *485#, you'll be able to see a solution called Zidisha Plus. That solution gives you an integrated offer of voice, data, SMS, that will help you connect with your customers, help you connect with your suppliers. And it goes further to give you options. If you run, let's say, a tour company, and you have drivers that you need to talk to, you can actually go there and select a voice-heavy solution so that you talk more to your customers. However, if you run an online business, for example, and you need more data to keep online, then you can get a solution on voice-heavy, data-heavy solution from that platform. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing as important having a digital identity. Today, as you build your business, you need to start looking professional. And digitizing starts with simple things like domains, right? If you go to Safaricom business website, www.business.safaricom.co.ke, you'll be able to see simple solutions that you actually do them yourself. Getting a simple domain and hosting of emails is the next simplest thing you need in your business, but it will give you the authenticity you require to run your business. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to motivate you or encourage you to visit our website, get the opportunity to learn about some of our solutions, get the opportunity to interact, and some of the solutions that are do-it-yourself, actually procure them and have them. And you realize you'll have started your journey of just digitizing and running a more resilient business into the future. As I draw more towards the business solutions, we also further have connectivity solutions that is necessary for your business today to run a successful business. Today, you must connect with your suppliers. You must do some banking somewhere, and you don't necessarily need to go to the bank. So that same USSD will give you options for connectivity. You can have it on fiber. You can have it on 4G, 5G. We have a very big network on 5G. And we want to encourage you to just look at them and just see what value it can offer you. In case of any challenge, we are here. We'll engage with you and show you how you can just continue leveraging on some of those solutions. I would like to remind you that as we discover more of these things, we must do what has brought us here. So today, by the time you're leaving here, you must make sure that you've networked. You know what your neighbor is doing, what their business is, so that when you need something from them, you know who to call. True? We shall do as much as possible to make sure that we bring experts here to talk to you about some of the things that affect us in our day-to-day running of our business, from cyber threats, right, to other solutions that, to other problems that you feel affect you in your business. And finally, we'll talk to you about a technology solution around those things. And technology is what brings all these things together to derive that value that you're looking for. As I conclude, the Grow with Safaricom Business Session allows you to join a community, attend a workshop, and peer sessions, and that will enable you discuss those problems that you face as businesses. So take advantage of this platform. With Safaricom Business, you'll have a partner who understands your realities of running your small business in Kenya, and we want you to talk to us and engage with us. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you to feel welcome and karibuni sana to this session. Thank you very much.
Asante. Asante sana Oyamo. Well put. I have picked two things, and I think they are actually I'll call them call to action. One, we get ourselves from a hustler mindset to a growth mindset. You've challenged me, Oyamo, niko na biashara, and so I also need to start thinking, how can I grow my biashara? Two, we are here to network. So I'll give us 1 minute. Just turn to your neighbor. Tell them, hi, how are you doing? Get to learn which biashara they are coming from. Tafadhali, 1 minute. Just engage with the neighbor sitting next to you or in front of you or behind you. As you're doing that, my online audience, I hope you're still dropping your biasharas right there on the comments. I also want you guys to join me on the Menti. So this is a platform where you can engage with us, drop your questions, drop any comments on there, and I'll have my team as well drop that Menti code. We can show them there, or for our online audience, as we now welcome our next speaker. So the room is fiery with some engagements like that. Guys, sell yourselves. I know it is not easy, but you just need to do it when you're a SME. Lazim. There is no other way to get yourself out there, to get your market, to get your audience, to get your solution off your shelf. There is no other way. So the Menti is right there on the chat. I believe so. Please share your questions, share your comments from us, and let me know which biashara are you representing. Good stuff. Thank you, guys. Tutaendelea over some tea later on. Right now, I want to introduce the next speaker, who is our guest speaker. And thank you so much, Oyamo, for those words. Truly, truly appreciate. So, our next esteemed speaker is none other than Dr. Bright Gameli, who will share with us some insights on cybersecurity as well as his entrepreneurial journey. So Dr. Bright is a pioneering cybersecurity and blockchain leader dedicated to advancing Africa's technology landscape. He founded Africa Hackathon to bolster the continent's security infrastructure through capacity building. How I know Bright, he eats, sleeps, breathes cybersecurity. So even as he comes on stage, I actually call him the cybersecurity evangelist. He's always preaching to us everywhere we go on security. Everything we do, oh, you are exposed. So I'm like, okay, fine. Let's just have, let's just enjoy the moment before thinking about how insecure we are. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome on stage our guest speaker, Dr. Bright Gameli. Karibu sana. Sijui ngoma ilienda wapi, but guys are fearing. Yes, okay. So as you do that, Bright, you can start telling us how you started this journey on cybersec and why security.
Hey, if I want to start, I think I'll need a full day. Good morning. How you all doing? I think my journey for cybersecurity, let me say my tech journey started when I was 6. That's when I created my first computer virus. Don't ask what I was doing. I was a very playful guy, so I was also outside. I started that way, but I was always somebody who was curious to be able to learn something new. And I mean, it's been that way for a very long time. And I think that particular virus was for my teacher who pissed me off. She really, really got me angry because she gives assignment on a Monday, she wants the results on Tuesday or Wednesday. And I'm like, but why? I mean, we don't have that much time. So I gave my assignment, which crashes her computer. Back in the day, it would take you about 3 or 4 days for you to reinstall a particular operating system. So that buys everybody time. So I was doing a good thing, right? I was saving the class. Yeah, but fast forward, went to St. Mary's. St. Mary's, I was now on steroids when it comes to cybersecurity, basically a bit of hacking and everything. Then Daystar was where things got bad because I created new students who never existed to moderate the grades. Again, I was saving the class. I wasn't changing my own grades. I was just what? Moderating the grades. So, yeah, so I wasn't doing a bad thing. Through all that, I've been basically trying to learn how to become a cybersecurity engineer, helping organizations. I was basically more or less doing a lot of reverse engineering of malwares because that used to hit a lot of people's computer, and I want to be able to save your data without you losing access to your files and everything. Because I know when you lose your files, what happens? You have to start all over again, and nobody wants to get that done. So that was basically my life. Fast forward to that, oh, by the way, I started my entrepreneurship journey then when I was in high school. I used to sell music and softwares that I get from the internet. I wasn't stealing, I was borrowing. But I was selling to people who needed it. So it was just an avenue of what? Getting, okay, that sounds bad. But you understand what I mean. So yeah, basically trying to sell softwares back in the day that I get from those days of the deep web. Back then was, you have to be in certain rooms. You have to get certain access. Somebody has to invite you for you to be able to download even those softwares. So when I went to, after Daystar, I work at Cellulant. I was an entry-level engineer. And I think that's where we truly got to know what entrepreneurship really is all about because the CEO, Ken Njoroge at the time, basically taught everybody how to be an entrepreneur. He was a serial entrepreneur, but he makes you a CEO. So you're CEO of your own division or cyber division. Spent about 2 years there before I went to South Korea to do my master's and PhD. I finished my PhD at 28. That was pressure. It's just South Korea culture. So I conformed to their culture to be able to do my PhD and master's at the time. But even when I was there, I was working for a lot of organizations remotely. I was still working for Cellulant, but other companies that I used to consult for, and that's where I got to make the biggest mistakes ever, which I think a lot of people do. The first money that comes in, you spend it on yourself to enjoy. I was never saving anything from the businesses that I was trying to run. Came back to Kenya, tried to start a company, which was not the easiest because at the time I didn't understand what a CR12 was. I didn't understand books. I didn't understand anything to do with finance. And I didn't consult anybody to get those details of how exactly am I supposed to run the business. I thought I just have to be the techie that I was. You call me to come do security assessment of your company, I come and do it, I charge you, you pay me, why not? So I was doing a lot of things as Bright before I tried to partner with some people. Partner with a few friends, and for the fact that I didn't know what those terms or legal documents mean, I lost the entire business to them. So you wake up one day, you've gone to pitch to a client, then you know the client has gone quiet, only for you to know that your colleague has done the job, has got paid, and you never knew about it. So running business was quite difficult at the time, where trust became the biggest lesson for me. And also, when do I actually get to consult somebody if I don't know anything? So I had to start now read things when it comes to legal documents, have to read what contracts look like, and I made a lot of mistakes. How do I relate to clients? How do I pitch myself properly to not make sure I don't make the same mistake? So yeah, fast forward right now, I think I'm running almost 5 or 6 business. Oh, by the way, the business that I lost 3 of them, where you set up everything, somebody picks it up and takes it with them. Right now, I run CyberGuard Africa for cybersecurity services. I run Africa Hackon. Africa Hackon has an academy. We teach young people to become cybersecurity engineers. When I say young, I mean from 15 years old, all the way, actually from 10. We have Africa Hackon Titans. Then we have Africa Hackon Academy for young people from 15 until maybe 35, thereabout. But we see people even 45 joining. Then I'm also a lecturer. I lecture at Strathmore University, where I teach 5 cybersecurity courses in the master's class. And I consult for a company in Kenya, which has over 10,000 employees. I can't mention which one it is, which is a full-time business, by the way. I wear many hats. So consulting for companies in UK, where I'm a principal, but UK I'm only called on, it's only on call. So they only call me when they really need me for any kind of incident and any kind of services. So balancing all of those is not easy. And trying to make sure you have a team that you're able to work with. As I'm here right now, my team is working, they're able to deliver the services. I don't have to be there, it's one of the most important things, but I trusted them to be able to run what it is. And also, yeah, so that's basically my entrepreneurship journey. Yeah. So today, I'm going to take you through the other side of life. Let us interfere. I'm going to take you through the other side of life when it comes to the cyber world. Some things maybe you've never seen, others maybe you've experienced, but so if I may ask a question, how many of you have ever been compromised, one way or the other? When I say compromised, you've been hacked, or there has been an attempted hack. Just by hands, raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. Hey, okay. Great. So that means all of the rest of you are going to be my target for today. Is that okay? You're exempt. The 3 of you are exempted. I think we'll get to the other people today. So I'm going to take you through what we call cyber resilience. There's 2 things about when it comes to cyber security and cyber resilience. Cyber security, you know how to protect, you know how to detect attacks, you know how to respond to them when it comes to any kind of form of attack that is happening to you. But sometimes you don't even know you're being hacked, right? Sorry, I like timing myself so that it's very... You don't even know if you are being compromised or being hacked. Because some of you are here, you start a business, you start to lose your entire business without even knowing. So, cyber resilience is how do I identify some of these attacks that will happen and how do I recover very easily? Should I repeat? Cybersecurity is what? Protect, detect, respond. Cyber resilience has two extra elements. Identify, recover. Because how many of you all have social media presence, don't you? How many have social media presence? How many of you use emails? Ah, great. So what happens if your business email has been compromised and you have lost access to it? You can speak from wherever you are. What will happen if you actually lose all access to your email today? Come on, guys. Anybody who wants to talk? Maybe the ones who have been hacked. Yes.
Should be on?
Hello.
Yes.
My name is Almasi Hami. I'm a fashionista in Eldoret town.
Yeah, do you mind if you speak up a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I deal with fashion in town and design.
Okay.
And I can see so many of my clients here and I'm happy.
Ah, great.
One thing I know when I lose access to my email is that my information is going to leak out there.
Yes.
And I'm going to be prone.
Okay.
Anything can be done.
Great. It's Amos, right?
Almasi.
Almasi. So
Yeah, sure.
Almasi, do you use your email for quotation sending to your clients? Do you receive quotations to it? Do you communicate to clients through email?
Yeah, surely. I have so many clients abroad, and I communicate with them through email.
Great. Abroad.
Yeah.
So what will happen if your client abroad receives an email and it's not you?
I have a scenario
Yes.
where one of the account was hacked, and someone created an account using the email, and they received a lot of money, and later I was being called, people claiming for their stuff and goods I deliver,
And it's
yet
not
I was
you-
not
it's
the
not
one
you.
who was on the platform.
What is the name of your business, if you don't mind?
It's Urban Kicks.
Pardon?
Urban Kicks,
Uh,
but it's not online.
it's not online yet.
Yeah, sure.
But you have an email
Yeah.
at Urban Clicks.
Email I've registered at almasi.jeff3.com.
Excuse me. Let me write it down. Almasi. Tell me if I'm right. Almasi,
Jeff3
Jeff 3
at Gmail.
at gmail.com.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm asking this for a reason. I'll show you why.
All right, thank you.
Today I'll give you a free service. Is that okay?
I'll appreciate it.
Awesome. So,
more than humble.
great. So he registered a Gmail account and everything. And we want to basically see what happens in the world where people actually get compromised very easily. So I'll walk you through a series of things. I'll give you some scenarios. Yesterday, a friend of mine called me where he does insurance brokerage for shipping companies. Somebody yesterday sent an email to his bank, sent an email to his partners, and even tried to impersonate him. So instead of something insurance brokers, they put whatever it is, I don't want to mention the name, and they put a dash, insurance brokers. And you see, that person who registered was trying to siphon $400,000 yesterday. So we had to do an emergency call, setting up and sending emails to everybody saying, do not believe if the email came from this. Do you know why? Because his domain was too long. So it's very, very difficult for you to be able to tell if there's a difference of what we call a typo squatting. So typo squatting is basically when somebody registers, let's say if Safaricom was Safaricom Smart Services Grow. You know that's a very long email, a long domain, right? So if somebody changes the I to a 1, it's very difficult for you as a business person or whoever it is to actually notice that difference, right? So we call that what? Typo? Just think of it, typo squatting. It's very easy. Now you cannot forget. It's called typo squatting. And I'll give you a website that you can check your businesses to see if you have been typo squatted. Is that okay? If I forget, remind me. Hello? Hello? Okay, great. So, as I've been introduced, my name is Bright. I love everything hacking on a festive security side because when I know how to break into your house, I will know what ladder to bring tomorrow to be able to bypass your security fence. Or I know how to trick your dogs. That's why I love everything offensive security, to know the defensive part of things. I serve on a few boards. I do blockchain investigations as well, trying to basically see how easily we can track down cryptocurrency scammers. Most of the scammers in Africa are not crypto scammers. They're just very intelligent people who tell you to put in $100 or $100K and you'll make more money tomorrow. It doesn't work. Please, if that ever happens to you, don't put in any money. Hello? Never put in money into what? Quick trading. Right? Pardon? CBEX was one of them. A lot of people fell for it. No, they're very, very crafty. There was one that happened where they targeted women only. So they said, this is only for women investments. Only women can be invited, and it will be great. So one lady actually put in 1 million Kenya shillings. But the first time he started was 10,000. And every day they kept on telling her, you know what? The more you put in, then they show you a graph. So every day you log in, your graph is just going up. And you think you're making money. So she ended up putting in 100K, 200K. And then the more women she invites, they all go for the Zoom call. They become now all convinced. And later I found out that the people who were actually convincing them to join that particular session were prostitutes in Venezuela. Yes. I tracked them down, every detail of them. Did a reverse image search. I'll show you how to do a reverse image search today. You'll do it yourselves. And there were actually people, yeah, so they are known for that. But you see, on this side of the world, nobody knew who they were. So they're telling people, invest, invest. As you can see, your graph is growing. And they have a risk. They took a risk to actually allow you to withdraw money the first time. So if they're putting 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, a whole lot of people in Kenya lost money to that particular cryptocurrency scam. This is my 387th presentation, so I'll update it after this. I like to update after I finish. And then, like I said, I'm also in the physical security space, so don't try to mess with me when it comes to fighting. Anyway, so things that we want to look out for when it comes to cybersecurity, we have something we call BEC attack. BEC stands for business email compromise. That will be the main focus of today because your businesses which are growing, they're businesses you have already grown. Some of you are actually growing to be able to actually take it to the next level. So business email compromise, it happens to a lot of people. It will happen to you if it hasn't already, and we're going to see how to be able to stop such things. There's something we call info stealers or silent malware or password stealers, where they infect your computer browser, steal your password out of it, and be able to actually get your passwords of websites you're going to. So every time you go to a website that shows a pop-up, OK or cancel, what does that mean? It's the same thing. They're only tricking you to be able to actually release those details. So you are basically giving out your details to them without even knowing. We have a lot of AI engines that are able to actually take over your systems and everything these days. It's all been automated, and we're living in a world of AI, artificial intelligence. So hackers are being able to create malware faster than ever they ever did in the past. And then we have what they call a ransomware. Ransomware is where they infect your computer. Either they lock it and tell you to pay for it in Bitcoin before they release, or they steal your files and be able to tell you that you have to pay for us not to release the files. And that can be quite embarrassing for some time. So if you look at one of the biggest threats you're going to find out is a lot of fraud. So there's a lot of fraudulent details that you're going to find that you are in your business and somebody, one of your employees, is actually stealing details in the basically manipulating the books. They are registering another business like yours and selling the same thing, which I've seen happen to so many businesses in Kenya. Oh, get closer. Is that okay now? And they actually register a business just like yours with a similar name. So if your name is Safaricom Grow, they'll say Safaricom Grow today. Right? They register another one. Just it looks like yours. They are so shameless, they even use the similar colors to be able to register businesses. So there's fraud. There's a lot of insider threats. At times, the people inside the organizations are the ones who are going to basically use the details that you have or your information to be able to give to competitors and be able to actually get to defraud you or even plant malwares to your systems. We have ransomware that I talked about. We have DDoS, which is distributed denial of service, where if you have a website or you have a portal, we saw that happen in Kenya some time back, they send so much traffic to your systems that it shuts down. It doesn't work. At times, people do that primarily because they want to be able to make sure your business is down and theirs, what, goes up. So, how does a modern day hacker look like? Do they look like me, or do they look like people who have hoodies, or how do they look like? Anyone? Like what? Like me? Are you sure? I'm a security researcher. I'm not a hacker. You just told us you're a hacker. No, I said I am a cybersecurity researcher. Well, so a hacker could be anybody. They look anyway that you can they look in different ways. So they try to basically see how they can infiltrate your systems or exfiltrate data from your systems. So you will be hacked someday. It's a fact. If not, it's just a matter of when. So we need to start changing our mindset to how do we become proactive rather than being what? Reactive. Because the reactivity, we cannot ignore reactivity. That's fine. You're going to be reactive to some of your businesses because some things will happen that you would never anticipate or you've never anticipated before. But you have to be more proactive 80% of the time than being reactive. And I'm going to show you some of those things today. So what are the risks and impacts that we have to the business? Some of the risks are the fact that they have access to your client list. So client list, you have customer personal data. You know, right now, if you lose your client's personal data, or PII as we call it, personal identifiable information, data protection can actually get you sued for 4% of your annual turnover. Do you know that? Hello? 4% of your what? Your annual turnover can be taken because somebody says, why did you get my name out there? Because your system got compromised. Or the system could be an actual system or could be a book you have in the office. So cyber goes way beyond just computers. Excuse me. Financial company details, there's pricing structure, there's expansion plans. So if our good friend there wants to actually expand to another part of the world, somebody knows that plan is happening. They'll beat you to it because they've hacked your computer, they have your email, they can see some of the discussions you're having with your suppliers and everything, right? So the financial losses are some of the impact. There's a high cost to getting rid of cyber threats. It's very difficult for you to be able to actually get rid of cyber security attacks, and there's also reputational damage. There's a time when a company in Kenya has pornography being the one that is spilling on their X account. And if people are typing, you know how embarrassing that is? I mean, so your reputation is also at stake just because you have been compromised one way or the other. Hacking goes way beyond just, online tools and the likes. We have physical tools that are out there. I actually own all of this here, and let me tell you how they work. This Hack 5 kit is for hacking Wi-Fis, for hacking networks. This USB drive, I have one in the bag. If I plug that into your laptop, I can type anything on your laptop within 5 seconds to do anything. When I say type on your laptop, I mean I would tell the computer to disable your Wi-Fi, connect to a fake Wi-Fi that I would have created. It will actually say that I want you to start exfiltrating data out of your systems so fast that you're not going to know. No matter how many times you restart the computer, I will still be in there. Now, the crazy radio does a similar thing. That crazy radio just needs to intercept the traffic between your mouse and your computer. So whatever you're typing, I will kill your keyboard because of your Bluetooth device, and I'll be able to use that as a way to actually filtrate your system again. The OMG cable, let me show you something. I have two cables here. Please tell me which one do you think is the real one, which is the fake one. They both work. Come see. Since you're closer to me. This is the what? Fake one or real? This is a real one. And this was a fake one. Anybody else? There's black and white. it's black, it's white. Okay, I'm about to dance Michael Jackson right now. Which one is the fake one? He says the white one is the real one. Hello? Yes? Yeah, come see, come see.
Right, have you hacked us? Hacked yourself? The real one. Okay.
So he says that the black one is the real one. He says the white one is the real one. They both have USB-C. But the thing is, the white one is the real one. This is a fake one. But this will actually charge a phone. If you want to bring your phone. Can we try? This will actually charge a phone if you actually plug it to charge. So whenever somebody comes to your office, if I come to your office and I go to a coffee shop and I say, could I just charge my phone on you or on your table? I'll give you my phone to charge on your laptop. With this, I can send anything to your laptop. I want you to take out your phone. I'm about to introduce a new Wi-Fi to the room. So look at the Wi-Fis that are there. Just check your Wi-Fi. So in the next few seconds, the Wi-Fi that ever existed is about to be introduced. This is a whole antenna. So you can all see there's a new Wi-Fi labeled OMG. Can you see that? OMG. Can you see? Right? That Wi-Fi, only I know the IP address to that and the password to it, and it shows a portal. When I connect to that portal, I can send anything to this laptop remotely. So what happens if I come to you at your desk and I just say, oh, just charge my phone for me? You will charge it. But the moment you're charging, I can actually type anything on your computer seated on the other side. Or I can even time it. Hello? Oh, that's not even bad. This one is a safe one. The one in the middle here is called the Crazy Radio. I have it in the bag. This can put off any TV, I can turn off Wi-Fi, I can put off AC, I can clone car keys, I can open Tesla cars. In the IoT world, Safaricom will tell you more about IoT and cloud. You basically can do anything. It's called the Flipper Zero. Google about it. There's a whole lot of things to do with that. So I want to talk about business email compromise, but to talk about that is why do we get hacked and how can we get to protect ourselves? We share our names when we go to places, both names, your real name, your usernames. And I know everybody here has used the same username almost everywhere, right or wrong? Exactly. So when you use the same username everywhere, somebody can get to profile you before they even profile your organization. We have IP addresses, your browser fingerprints, your email addresses. I'll show you how exactly it works with your email. Your location details, because we talk about triangulation all the time, and you're always blaming the telcos for giving out DCI details. They are not. No, triangulation doesn't work like that. They can't get exact location of where you are. There are other services, I will not mention which ones, which can basically give that. You give your name to Glovo. You give your name to other services, to Uber, and Uber. When you're talking to somebody on Uber, what do? You send them your phone number to call back, right? When you buy things from town, from you service providers, what do? You send your phone number and they call you back. So there are other services, or what you call data brokers, who actually talk to some of these services to get your information of where your house is, and some of them do sell it. So I'll show you how data brokers actually work. Phone numbers, you go to the guard book, what's the first thing you leave there is what? Your phone number and ID, right? This is why some people will call you and say, oh, I think we want to register a number for you. We'll send you an OTP for a website. Can you click on it? Right? Date of birth. Every time you snap on Instagram, TikTok, there are tools that can be able to extract everything to know exactly your date of birth. So I'll show you the slow version and then the fast one as well. So stellometry is basically your pattern of how you communicate, and then there's facial recognition where AI is helping to do some of these things. So I know I don't have too much time, so I will show you what is important for now, and we see how exactly you get to be compromised. So The first thing anyone wants to do is to be able to actually do basic security checks against an organization, but they use tools that are publicly available. So all the tools I'm going to show you are things that can be gotten online. If I type site, I typed it yesterday, so let me type it again. If I take site KE, file type, XLS, and salary, this basically says search every .ke website, every Excel sheet that has the word salary in them. So if I go to Kisii County budget, on their website, maybe I think it's publicly available, you basically can see documents, but it's a public budget document, right? But some of them have salary details. Anyway, I've reported this for more than 4 years, so I hope they remove it soon. So basically, you can get specific details saying, I want to find all PDFs that has the word Safaricom. I don't know. On Kenyan website, this is publicly information. So on the Safaricom website, they have a PDF of things that have been, like a journey and everything, that is publicly available. So Google is actually so powerful that they can use it to get almost anything and everything you want. Sometimes you want to say you want to find anything that has the word surveillance in a text file, which is called INI, and also has the word password. So somebody has a password, which is that. They have passwords called 1234. People make mistakes, right? It's why how powerful Google is. But what is most important to me when I want to hack an organization or a particular person is to find out where do they actually work. So can I get a company name, anyone? And let's not use Safaricom. It gets boring now to use the same name, Safaricom. Any other company that is here? Are you present online? Are you on LinkedIn? Any company that's on LinkedIn? We can give an example. Hello? No, please don't be scared. I've not started presenting yet. It's called Harton.
GRA.
This one.
Good.
Great. So you have a website. Great. So maybe say Hatton Grange Academy. So let me put that there. So basically, I want to find out what is your LinkedIn. So there's no much on LinkedIn. But the things that you want to pick up, let's say if I put KRA, I don't know, Kenya Revenue Authority. You want to see, these are public information, by the way, so this is not hacking. It's just using Google to find out what is available online. You want to profile people to find out exactly who works there, what is their position, so who do you get to target if you want to send a particular detail. Again, like I said, I'm showing the slow version. The other thing is now you want to find out what data is leaking. Some of the details I will not show them because of, for security's sake. So if I put, .com. If I put your website, there's a password that is in this database of that particular portal that is leaking. You want to see it? Or you're not ready for it? I can show you privately. You want to come see it from here? Or I save it and show you? All right, please disable the screen. Thank you. Tell me if this password makes sense to you. BRAD. Okay, then the rest is there. I don't have to. Then there's another one. Oh, there's another one. It is not even yours. This one is even bad. But there's somebody called ASHRERAHM. Somebody, ASHRERAHM. Whoever that is has an email. Even his or her password is leaking. And we have more. Oh, same person. So that particular person's computer has been infected too many times, and I don't think that person is aware. We can switch back. That is just one portal, which is a data broker harvesting data from Telegram, from dark web, from deep web, from everywhere, from all over the internet. If I was to put your domain still, I want to find out exactly how are your emails set up so I can actually get to profile to know who exactly am I targeting in this organization. And the one I'll go for there, I'll go for support. Do you know why? For support, meaning somebody's going to reply to me. Because support, they have to be quick. They have to be responding really quick. So they have to go to support. So out of all of these, I would even go for Sunday or Lorraine or Stacy, because here, I'm a bit confused as to who do I go for, or how are your emails actually structured? Yes?
Go for Simplos.
For?
Simplos, number 5.
Or Simplos. Okay.
That's me.
I like when I get dared. So, we are going to actually impersonate Simplos. So do you have access to the Simplos email here? You can? You can read it here? Okay, great. Don't worry. Ah, great. Thank you. So we are going to take Simplos as a target to see if we can actually impersonate Simplos to myself. Is that okay? So, one, we have impersonated this particular person, or we see a name Stacy Jemima. We want to be able to find out who is Stacy, what does Stacy do, where does Stacy love Mombasa, or does Stacy love cats? Is that okay? What does Stacy do exactly? So, we have something called OSIT Industries. OSIT Industries basically want to find out open source intelligence about a particular email. So if I take, for example, Almasi's detail, assuming I don't know who he is, I just want to find out, Almasi, don't worry, I will not show you Airbnbs, but it's okay. It's just to find out, what does Almasi do? Has Almasi been compromised before? There's a website I want you guys to write down called Have I Been Pwned? This is how it looks like, but that's one word. Have I been pwned? So when you go to that particular website, it shows you if you have been compromised before or not. Okay? So, yes, but Almasi, it's not your fault. This is basically you signing up to this particular website. They were compromised in 2024. That's why your password is leaking from there. Does that make sense? So it's not your fault that you've been compromised. It's the fact that the third party that you subscribe to have been compromised. Are we together? Hello? So there are two types. There are people who get compromised because it's their fault that they, on their computer, they gave out on a portal. And there are others who, the people or wherever they logged in before, like LinkedIn back in the day, was compromised, is the reason. So the password they use for that particular website, change it. Is that okay? If I go to this, sorry, excuse me. That password is actually in this database somewhere. Almasi, I'll check for you which password it is. So whichever it is that is here, you have to change that password today. Now, I get to profile Almasi to find out what is he. So clearly, he's a good Christian. So I can always know it's a Bible app. He's a good Christian, and I know his LinkedIn. I know he has a Facebook. And then, he has a phone number, so I can track down his phone number details. I get to find out he has an Adobe account and everything. You have an iPhone? Used to. Okay, great. So when you have all of those, it's basically an easy way for me to now start even trying to do computation of the possible phone number to have against all the other publicly available details. Then, well, if I go down to something like Google, I can find location of places that you have been before, but I will not show that. And then I know other, accounts or places that you have been before. Sometimes people even register your account on another website that you don't even know with your email. It happens a lot. So you find your account is registered on places that, on a trading platform, and it wasn't you. So that is one way of finding details about the person. So when you go to this page, you can get all of those details. Now, when I have this, I want to now impersonate you or impersonate her. Now, since we say we want to use Simplos, let's see if it will work. I don't know if it will work, by the way. Now, there are 3 ways of hackers being able to impersonate you. The first one, okay, let's say you are company A, okay? Company A, you're part of a sales team. Company B is the finance of, you're giving the services, right? So company A sends an invoice to company B through the procurement department. But somebody in procurement has told company B, we are going to work together. So whatever it is, just respond. So let's say your Hatton Grange, how do you call it, is the email. You register simplos@mail.com. Should I repeat? Hello? They'll set up an email of simplos or support or marketing at mail.com, but they'll make it look like it came from you, from company A. Right? So when that goes to the finance department of the other company, they are responding to that saying, we shall pay. But the new mail that comes in from mail.com is saying, oh, we've changed our bank account details. That's going to happen to you. When they say they've changed their bank account details, you are paying to the invoice because you've seen the PDF before, but they send another one that looks exactly the same. Hello? Can I demonstrate? Okay, so the first part is basically send an email from simplos.com at simplos. I'll send it to one of my dummy emails. Call it this one. This one doesn't have anything. Somebody keeps calling me. What should the subject be? Invoice for services. No, for fees. Kindly find attached the invoice for processing. Okay? Hello? All right. That's one. Two, I could send an email from Almasi to me, right? Let me use my night owl email. But every time I want to reply to Almasi, it goes to somebody else. Can I use another person? Another email? Yes.
John G.
Yeah. 1 second.
John.
Oh, John.
Yeah. G. Kabuthi.
K.
Kabuthi at Gmail.
Like that?
Yeah.
So every time I want to send an email to, if I want to reply, it goes to subject being what? Salary review. Everybody opens this one. I don't know why. It always works. Kindly fill the Excel sheet to get your review. Okay, so we have that. And then the last one is I want to actually make it look like it came from John Kabuthi as the two names. So I don't even need your email. All I need is your what? Full name. But most people call you John Kabuthi, right? So I will make sure. Please don't mind the green screen, it's just me. Recipient is still Night Owl. Sender, I want the sender to look like it came from John Kabuthi, but the subject is what? Safaricom goods. Kindly help me to fill in the form. So you see the scenario one is faking it from you. You have no idea. It's not even in your outbox if you check. And let's go to email here. Let me just minimize this. And there we go. The first one came from Simplos, and I said send via SendGrid. So she has no idea. In fact, when I reply is the only time you will see this. So imagine if I send that to the entire school, assuming that it was her. But now you can check. The other one from John Kabuthi, but you see, if somebody sees the name, automatically it's registering to them that, oh, it has to be John. So whatever John says in this email is correct. But if you look closely, it's what? It's a random email. I don't even know who that is. Are we together? Let me see if the last one went to spam. Oh, the other one has not come through yet. I don't know why. But it will come through at a point in time. So that's basically how most of the phishing works. And then they send you links to be able to actually make sure that you actually click. Has it come through? Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. Was it you who sent it?
No, I have no idea.
Yeah. So imagine such a businesses actually get that happening. You basically are actually susceptible to being compromised. So if you could just kill the screen for me for 1 minute. I want to... I want to show you what happens okay, you can bring it back on. So the last part is people serving you folders that never exist. So let's create a folder. Say we have this folder, and this folder on Google Drive. And on Google Drive, we create a new folder, say Safaricom demo. And in the demo folder, we basically can put in the content, right? Okay, is it going to open now? Great. So in Safaricom demo, we basically want to, it's a new email, so want to create a new file. We create a new file, say welcome to the program, and we call it test, right? So we save that file, automatically saved. I copied this folder and I want to share with you. For example, and I say this folder is open, is publicly available, anybody can even comment or edit. Then I copy that link. Now, what hackers are doing, this is using open source tools, publicly available tools. I'll just show you one of them called Seeker. I use Google Drive and say, I want to send you that folder. Now, when they send you this folder, I want to see how can I make sure it's convincing for you to click. Now, if I copy this link here, let me put it somewhere you can see. If you all see this in your email, don't you think that looks fishy? Right? It doesn't look like a normal email, right? Great. So what hackers are doing these days is to make sure they make it look like something else. So maybe the keyword is grow, and I want to make it look like it came from Safaricom, right? So I'll copy this. And this tool, again, this is open source. I don't buy this. This is publicly available. When this processes, it will give me a link that will make it look believable, right? So, okay, now something is wrong with that. Anyway, let me go with the normal one. But ideally, this is what it looks like. So on the website, let's close this drive here. It opens this and it makes it look like it's a Google Drive. You've all seen this before. And it tells you you need permission. But you see, you've been told that tender is closing in the next 1 minute. And the corrections that I want you to do is just to change one number for you to win, for you to send the details. So the changes to be made is in that detail, so the other details are there. You click on request because it's been sent as an urgent change. What do? You say allow. Because this page, every time you decline, it will never go through. Are we together? Hello? So you are seeing the real folder, right? This was the folder we created just now. Okay, call Safaricom demo. Then you realize, okay, there's nothing in, so you start calling the guys like, okay, what you sent me is not there. In the background, the hacker has complete access to what is on your laptop type, your browser type, everything. Better yet, you copy this GPS location, and the person can tell which part of this corner of this building that we are in. There. It's where we are. We're in Eldoret, Boma Inn, but we're in this corner of what? Boma Inn. Hello? Your antivirus will not pick it up. That's what happens when you click on links. I'm only showing a sample of how people even track you down, because there's a website you go to which has embedded tools to allow you to be tracked. Are we together? So there are details. That's what we see a lot. So I know most of you now get scared and say, oh, how do we protect ourselves, right? So I want to show you something. The last part of things I want to show you, tools that now get to be used. So this is a tool, quite expensive. It's about $7,000 or $8,000. This tool shows what happens when somebody gets my phone number. The tool goes to fetch every little thing about me on the internet. It goes to fetch details about my entire life, how old I am. I'm 37 for the next 4 days. Fetches everything about me. Who is bright? What does he love? This icon here means I'm a wine lover because of the app Vivino, and it keeps on going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. That's how much information of me is out there, what I post and everything. Last but not the least, before I go to remediation, because I want to wrap up, there's something called PIM-Eyes, PIM-Eyes.com. I want you to take note of that. When you use PIM-Eyes, basically somebody wants to find out details about you. They take a picture of you, or whatever picture they find on the internet, and they do what they call a reverse image search, because I want to find out who you are and where else have you been mentioned that I can use that against you. I'll use basically PIM-Eyes to be able to what? Find out everywhere you have been mentioned. So this did a reverse image search, and everywhere I have spoken, wherever I have been mentioned, it has been able to actually mention me. So how do you protect yourself? Create passwords that are strong enough. So your strong password, please, if you go to how strong is my password, the first website it gives you, you can test out your sample passwords there. If I was to put something like, say, your password being Almasi Jeff, right? It will take the slowest computer 1 month to crack that password, okay? But if I put Almasi Jeff 3 with a space, that 1 month, turns into what? 600 years. You understand now? Put a space in your password. Hello? Great. The other thing is, always have two-step verification. Two-step verification is basically having a second way that anytime somebody even has your password, they can't get into your account because you have an extra authentication mechanism to actually get them. So make sure you have two-step verification. If you don't know how to do it, just say Google or Gmail, for example. It will guide you on exactly how to get two-step verification. The other thing is, I know we have a lot of passwords. We can't remember all of them. This is why you need to have what you call password managers. So a password manager that I like a lot is called Bitwarden. You can look for it. It basically helps you to store your passwords in a particular vault that you don't keep on reusing the same password over and over and over again. Now, when you have all of these, even your Gmail, even if you have a password with the authenticator or whatever it is, something we call Google backup code. The backup code basically looks like this. 10 sets of codes that you get, it's in your settings, by the way, where you basically can actually download it. Download it, cut it if you have to, put it under your bed if you have to, please, because the day you lose your phone and your email and everything, this will be the way for you to be able to get back in. Otherwise, they'll start asking for credit card, and it's a whole long process. And you remember we said what? You don't want to lose access to your email. Last but not the least, please, if you've forgotten everything I've said today, secure your emails and back up to the cloud. You back up to the what? Cloud. If you forget everything I've said today, because I know it's a lot of information, and I think Safaricom team at the back there will be able to actually guide you how to get to the cloud. Back up to the cloud, secure your emails. Don't share too much information about yourself online, social media details and the likes. Secure your devices. I'll leave this presentation so you can get it if you want, because there are a few other guidance that are here. But yeah, please back up to the cloud. I think I'll end there because there's a lot to talk about, but I know there's time as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Guys, are you okay? Muko sawa? No? Are we safe? No. What do we need to do then? With Bright, no. Bright is not the problem, guys. Bright is not the problem, but he has really opened our eyes. My eyes are lit right now because, Bright, honestly. So where do we transact?
No, just have to follow right processes and have basic hygiene.
Basic hygiene.
Yeah,
okay.
Basic hygiene. But I said, if you forget two things,
yes,
secure your emails.
Secure emails.
Back up everything you have to the cloud. Your My Documents, your desktop, everything. Just make sure it's cloud. Because if somebody compromises your laptop today,
true,
or they steal your laptop,
yes,
you should be able to go back up and running in the next 5 minutes.
Perfect.
Maximum. It shouldn't take you too long because of what? We have cloud technology. It's not expensive.
No.
Am I lying? Safaricom team?
No, it's not. Actually, in a short while, we're going to do a virtual tour where we're going to now let you know which are these solutions that can enable you and secure you so that you're not hacked or compromised by the real hackers, not Bright, the real hackers. I'll accept only one question from the room because of time. Any question in room? Okay, you can pick the mic. Tafadhali. Please, remind us your name and your business.
Hello again.
Hello.
As I said, my name is Sharon Okwisa. I do sell phones and accessories. Okay, I have a question for Bryce. First of all, thank you so much for the presentation. Okay, you see, the phones we are using today,
yes,
the current devices, we have this. For example, Samsung. So something Samsung Pass, where we store our passwords. Are we safe?
Samsung Pass.
The passkey.
The passkey. I usually trust the passkeys that come with the phone. Like an iPhone has a passkey, which I store. I know it's encrypted, so I trust it to be able to put it there. But that's why I have Bitwarden. That's why I have Bitwarden to store my master passwords. So Bitwarden, I have one master password that I use to store everything in there, right? And in case anything ever happens, I know I can recover that back easily. So far as I have access to what? My email. And then the email is tied to your WhatsApp business, your Instagram, your pages, all of those. So even with Bitwarden, your Instagram page, which you've given your social media manager, tomorrow if they go rogue, what would you do? Just because you're a day late to pay, they go rogue and they've taken the password. But with Bitwarden, you can send them a prompt to log in, but you don't share the password with them. Right? So they don't have control over your social media pages. I see a lot of businesses that go through that.
Thank you.
Asante, thank you very much. I think there was one last. I can pick yours. There's a mic right in front of you. Thank you.
Hello, Bright. My name is Gamaliel. I'm a software engineer and the founder of Kojani Labs. Actually, she's asked the question I wanted to ask, but I also wanted to ask about something like iCloud passwords.
Yeah.
You have Apple introduced that application. Is it safe? Is it equally safe to be trodden?
That's with passkey is the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Naangaliwa vibaya. One last, cause of time. One last one before Bright leaves. It should be on. Okay. Somebody to assist, thank you.
Yes, it's now on.
Yeah.
My name is called Obed Fadhili. I have a business called OJ's Black Thrifts. I sell thrifts, that is mtumba, for both ladies and gents. So my question was, when we get to sites online, you will find maybe you are told to accept the cookies. Personally, I don't understand what cookies are.
Okay.
Maybe you can help us.
Great. Thank you for that. So every time, and that's a very important question.
Yeah.
So every time you browse on a particular website, right, the cookies is, we call that moment a session, okay? It's a session with that website to browse and look for flights, to look for goods, to look for anything. Now, the cookies is supposed to store your browsing activity and how you're basically going to the website. Are you clicking on shoes? Are you clicking on women's clothing? Are you clicking on t-shirts, right? So the next time you come back to that website, those cookies will tell you, oh, we have a better clothes, we have a better t-shirt for you, we have a new t-shirt for you, because it gives you a browser activity. But some people usually use the incognito mode to be able to do that. So let me just show you the reason why sometimes it's very good to clear your cookies. If I get to hack you right now, right? If I compromise your system or your whatever it is, I'll use your cookies and your cache. Is it cache or cache? Whichever. Cache and cookies is what I'll use to log in somewhere else. Does that make sense? So every time you feel you have been compromised, even if it's a hinge that I feel have been hacked, get off the internet, go to these 3 dots in the corner, whichever browser it is, and you what? Go to what? Settings. I know you might not, for quick search, you just take cache or cookies and delete everything there. Can I repeat? You feel you've been compromised, get off the internet, like disconnect from the internet, Wi-Fi or anything. You click on the 3 dots at the top right for whichever browser, go to the settings, type cache or cookies even, and they say delete cookies. Most of the time you see the last hour, you don't know when you've been hacked, right? So I will say delete all time. That way, all your cookies and your cache is actually deleted from the browser. Because that's the connection between the hacker and you, right? So I'm not saying don't accept cookies, because sometimes it helps you for a better browsing experience. Yeah, it always used to be there. It was just that now we have been told that it's accept it or not because of regulation. So those are the moments that people actually used to hack you or to compromise your moments or your sessions. That makes sense now? All right.
All righty. A round of applause for Dr. Bright, cybersecurity evangelist, our expert in the room. Thank you so much, Bright. I am scared, but also I'm very challenged. So that now I know what I need to do to protect myself, and I know it starts with me. So I want to hear from you, and probably hear from 2 of our customers in the room. What is the challenge you actually have with digitizing or starting the journey of digitization and security? What we are really talking about. I just want to hear from the room. 1 or 2 guys. I have some nice gift bags for you. But I want it to be a conversational session right now before I take you to what Safaricom Business has for you. Could I hear from any of our guys? This is your moment to sell yourself, sell your business, as well as you inspire us and share with us some insights. Any takers? One of us, sorry. None. Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And if you don't mind standing so that the room can see you as well as the online.
Good afternoon. Is it good afternoon or good
Still morning?
Yeah, good morning. No, yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Felista. I'm from Imanti Consulting. We are strategy consultants. We help small businesses to grow. We offer training, facilities to corporates and even SMEs. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be here. For me, one of my biggest challenges as an SME in terms of digitizing the business comes, number one, with just the old school of doing things. Sometimes we have seen we are more comfortable with how we were used to doing things, and that process of digitization takes a while for us to, adapt to the way of doing things. And the other challenge has been the cost of doing it. They are small costs, but they end up piling. And at the end of the day, you find that you have spent so much trying to put your processes in place. And the other challenge is also the commitment with the people you work with in terms of the digital space. You find that there's a lot that needs to be beefed up for them to give you that service that you really require. Thank you so much.
How many of us can relate to her? Yeah? How many of us can relate to her? This side? Nyinyi mko sawa, mume digitize, muko na security, mushaenda cloud. No? Give me your perspective. What are your challenges, ma'am?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Iris. My challenges are similar to hers. No new challenges. Thank you.
Okay. So the old school way of doing things, as well as the cost, of actually investing in digitization. I can see a hand right there. Thank you. You can say your name, the name of your business. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Alan Sudoi. My business is called CleanTech. We do car wash and car customization in this town. The challenge that I have is that so far in our business, we have, say, 100 customers paying to our till in a day. But when I want to perhaps reach out to them, maybe their numbers, of course I can access them, but I'm not sure whether I would be breaching any data laws by using that, their information which they've used to pay, maybe to reach out to them for marketing purposes and whatever other business purposes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I saw Almasi, right? Yes. We can pick one more as an insight.
Another challenge you face is maybe duplicity. Duplicity. When you post your stuffs, maybe it's in online platforms and all that. Some people come, they copy that, they create fake, and that makes you lose clients.
True. Exactly what you have just showed us, and being bold, thank you so much, how you were hacked and somebody was selling on your behalf. Unfortunately, they were conning your customers. One last one. Yes, it should be. Okay. Can I get a mic? Let's get a mic. Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Simplus Wangari. I work for a school called Tartan Grange Academy in Eldoret. It is an international school. And I think as an administrator, I have around 2 challenges that I would really like us to look at. One of the main challenges is that we have consistent changes in technology, which gives us a challenge for us to be able to be catching up every single particular time. with the young generation coming up, I think we really need to have a lot of work to do to be able to catch up with the constant changes and the dynamics in the technology. Another one is we have a challenge of a lack of digital skills, and especially for us who are old school, sometimes we really have to work extra hard for us to be able to be aware and educated as far as the digital skills are concerned. Thank you.
Asante sana. The reason why I ask that is because even as we continue with the Grow with Safaricom business platform, one of the things we really want is to hear from you so that the next time we are coming back to you and saying, hey, you've talked about digital skills. Maybe have a moment where now we are empowering you. What are these digital skills that you may need to grow, yeah, or to empower yourself as an admin in your organization? You're talking about duplicity. What are these solutions that we need to offer you? And in a short while, we'll be showing you what these solutions are from a cybersecurity perspective as well as from a cloud perspective. Bright talked about you need to back up your data. We have to do that. But the question is how, where, what? We are going to be showing you very, very shortly. And I'm seeing guys saying yes. And I think the main challenge is where do we start with our digitization process or journey, as it may. I'm seeing a lot of our online guys. I want to give them a shout out. A lot of the businesses online. Naona Salome Ondisa from Nakuru. Karibu sana to the Grow with Safaricom business. This is the Rift Valley edition. Asante sana. Caroline Chesang from Kericho, Lucy Chepkurui, Asante Sana, Joel SK from Bomet, and all the other guys. Continue to please drop your comments, drop your questions as we continue with this session and as we enable your biashara to grow and to elevate to the next level. All right. I promised 2 customers, right? Ma'am? Francis, where are you? And I would like to call upon, I think Kirubi has gone. Can I call upon Oyamo to just gift our customer for boldly telling us their challenges? Yeah? So you can give her a gift and just to say come to the stage so that we can see you. My cameraman, do they go on stage or here is just fine? Stage, eh? Come on stage, tafadhali. Just an applause for her, for sharing her story. Thank you so much. And for gender balance, my friends, come. You'll also receive, you told us about, what you're going through. So please, you can get something from us. Asante sana. It's all about Grow with Safaricom business. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. There you go. Asante sana. Now, for my online audience, sitaki kuacha hivyo. I want to drop some airtime for you. 2,000 bob. 2,000 bob worth of airtime. And because I don't have a question for you right now, the fastest who is going to get the pin from the comment section. So I want my colleagues, drop that airtime for my online audience. Nimeona Kipkirui from, was it Nakuru, was it Bomet? Please, make sure that you grab your airtime right now and you'll be able to enjoy it and grow your business. Sawa, we are about to move to the virtual tour. But before we do, I believe there is a video that I'd like us to see.
We've streamlined the M-Pesa app to give you simpler access to products and services from Safaricom. To get started, download the M-Pesa app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store on your smartphone and sign in. Please ensure you've turned on Safaricom data if signing in for the first time. You'll then be able to use Wi-Fi for subsequent logins. Thanks to the biometric feature, you don't need to keep entering your M-Pesa PIN for the transactions. Your fingerprint is sufficient. Log in to discover the range of M-Pesa app features. The home screen is the page where you'll land after each login. You can also access it through the tab at the bottom of the left navigation bar. It has the following features: view and hide M-Pesa and Fuliza balance, perform the following quick actions, send money, pay, withdrawal, buy airtime, personal finance manager, get full statements, my account, QR code, and notifications. App navigation. The 5 main areas of the app which you can access with the navigation bar at the bottom are: 1. Home. View your M-Pesa balance and a summary of your spend here. Access your statements and also perform the common M-Pesa transactions. 2. Transact. All the available M-Pesa products and services are listed here. 3. Discover. Simply be redirected to all approved third-party mini apps. 4. My Spend. View your monthly M-Pesa spending as a total, as well as broken down per spending categories like food and beverage, transport, etc. 5. Grow. Access all products that assist in investing your money, as well as providing credit via M-Shwari and KCB M-Pesa. For queries, please dial 100 or 200. Enjoy a touch of simplicity with the M-Pesa app from Safaricom. Convenience at hand.
Right, if you are just joining us, welcome to the Grow with Safaricom business. We are live at Boma Inn Hotel in Eldoret. This is the Rift Valley edition. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for continuing to be in the session. We have just come from one of the cybersecurity experts, and he has thoroughly awakened us on how vulnerable we are as businesses, as individuals. He actually said it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. So we really need the right tools, the right solutions to help us to secure our environments, secure ourselves. Even about passwords, how do we create strong passwords, unhackable, if I can use that word. So joining me, I have my colleagues here. In the room, we have a lot of SMEs, and they have told us many of their challenges. But one key thing that has come out this session is the question of where do we start the digitization journey? Where do we start this transformation? So I have a fashion business. I know some of our SMEs are selling devices, are selling phones. So the question is, how do you start digitizing yourself? How do you start connecting yourself to your customers? And in the studio, I do have Kangote, my colleague, who will be telling us in a minute or two, how can you start your journey on digitization? Kangote, please enlighten us.
A very good morning to everyone, and thank you to our customers, both in and out, who are watching us from online. The journey to digital transformation within Safaricom business begins by you just taking your phone, you dial *485#, or you log into our website, that is business.safaricom.co.ke. And that journey begins by you having a reliable and always-on connectivity. And within the connectivity space, we have number one, voice services, and the voice services allows you to be informed, to be connected with your customers, with your employees, and with your suppliers and partners. Once you're connected on voice, then the second thing will be about internet connectivity. And within internet connectivity, we do have different solutions. If your business is in a building that is fiber ready, we do have business fiber, and we have propositions and services that cater for all your needs and all your devices and operations to be connected. If your business is not fiber ready, then we can connect you using other technologies. For example, 5G. We already have 5G coverage in lots of towns today where businesses are, and you can buy a 5G device from as little as $2,999 with different plans. Beyond 5G, we also have 4G, as well as also that is the 4G router and the 4G MiFi pocket bundle, pocket device that allows you to always work with your internet and have your internet wherever you go. Okay?
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so you have your fiber, you have your internet. The first step is dial *485# from your mobile device. There you're going to get all the Safaricom business solutions that will enable you to get connected and get the infrastructure needed to kick off your biashara. All right, so we have connected you. So you have your internet, you have your voice. Now, Dennis, I am a business owner. I already have internet. I'm using my dongle. How do I protect myself? We've just been told it is very easy for me to be hacked. I am very vulnerable right now. So what are these solutions that Safaricom Business can ensure that I remain secure, as well as enable me to scale to the next level?
Thanks, Vicky. Good morning, everyone. And our audiences online, good morning. So the next step of the journey after being connected is being secured and also being enabled from an IT standpoint. And I've had some of the barriers to entry, as mentioned by our customers. One relates to cost. Some of these solutions are quite expensive, but as Safaricom, we've made efforts to actually make them available to businesses at a good price point. For example, you could get secure email with backup from Safaricom, powered by Google, at a price that is 30% off what you would ordinarily get in the open market, because we have negotiated for our customers in order to be able to get them started off at an affordable price point. Secondly, there's a gentleman who asked whether they can use the details of the customers they collect through their M-Pesa till to send them marketing communication. While that is possible, you've got to actually obtain the customer's consent first before using such information, because then you'd be actually liable for breaching data privacy rules as contained in our Data Protection Act within this country. And as you heard from Bright, you could actually be liable to fines the lower of 5 million shillings or 4% of your turnover. And so how can Safaricom help you in this conversation? We could actually help you link up your point of sale system through where the customers are making payments, so that then they can actually get a prompt to agree to their data being used. And that way you can actually seamlessly obtain consent and do the marketing without breach of data privacy rules. Now, when talking about securing, up to 99.9% you can be secured on solutions such as Google Workspace by enabling multi-factor authentication. I'm sure for most of us, you use Gmail on your phone, and you've seen how it's so easy to actually still remain with your data even after you replace your phone. So that's what we're talking about, cloud backup, ensuring the data is always with you. And just a fun fact, Google Workspace today has got over 3 billion users worldwide. Most of them on the free version of Gmail, but there is actually an enterprise version for which you can actually deploy for your business and remain protected.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. So basically, you're also answering the question and what Bright was talking about, backing your data.
Exactly.
It literally decreases your chances of getting vulnerable, right?
100%, because a data backup elsewhere ensures that you almost have 100% protection from business downtime. Because if, let's say, God forbid, you get attacked, you'd actually rely on your backup. Let's say your phone gets lost today, right? Yeah. You can still recover because your data will be on the cloud.
Correct.
So that's what we're talking about, 100% recoverability if it's done right.
If it's done right. And did I get you right when you said we are offering a 30% discount?
Yes, you can get up to 30% off on Google Workspace today with Safaricom.
Today with Safaricom. So for my SMEs in the room,
yes,
they can come on here right after this session, and if they don't have a Google Workspace for their business, we can sign them up and have them all secured under one platform.
100%.
Perfect. All righty. So we've got our emails in check, which are business-led. We have secured them. We have backed up the data. So what else? What comes next? The transformational bit. So what do you have for us, Michael?
Thank you very much. My name is Michael. I'm an IoT engineer.
Is that on?
It's
Okay,
on, yes.
perfect.
Just to ensure that there's more efficiency in running your businesses, to give you more insights around your business, Safaricom has IoT solutions. So an IoT solution is basically a solution that helps you to connect to your devices via the internet. So be it in healthcare, in transport, in energy management, Safaricom has solutions that enables you to give you more insights to your assets in terms of visibility. So we have end-to-end stack. We have connectivity as well. Under connectivity, we have IoT SIM management that gives you global and local coverage. So ensuring that there's that continuous connectivity to your devices, to your assets. Under the end-to-end stack, we have telematics that gives you visibility to your fleet. So if you're in logistics, Safaricom ensures that you actually have visibility across your fleet. Ensures that you have visibility in terms of usage, driver behavior, if you want to manage your fuel as well, fuel management. On top of that, Safaricom has a pupil management module on top of the telematics stack to ensure that if you have pupils going to school and your children, you want to have visibility on how the buses are moving, school buses, where they are, have they been dropped, have they been picked from school. Yeah. Safaricom has a solution to enable you get that visibility. We have smart water solution as well. So that enables you to, as a service water provider, for example, or maybe as a landlord, you have insight into water consumption, NRWs ensure that you don't have water losses in terms of probably leakages. And then it also helps you to actually manage better, because if you're a borehole, you'll want to have a visibility to ensure that is the borehole almost running dry. So it gives you visibility on that as well. The other bit is about cold chain management, which means if you are a businessman who has maybe a cold room, you want to have visibility to ensure that your produce does not go bad. If you have trucks that actually carry your produce under given temperatures, we also ensure that we give you that visibility on the temperature across maybe your truck to ensure that in case it goes below or higher than what is required, you can be able to mitigate that.
Perfect. So ideally, the transformational solutions here give you more control, more management of your business. So you don't literally have to be there right from your laptop or your device. You're able to get the visibility that you require, whether you're in logistics, whether you're in warehousing, regardless of the business that you're in. I know there's an SME here who has a school, so you're telling me they can actually have visibility of their pupils as well as their buses, right? And all their assets within the school. Amazing stuff. So we've heard from the ICT side when it comes to the transformational bit. M-Pesa is also one of the areas that we are transforming your business with, as well as, and I know there's some fintech payment solutions that we are going to talk about briefly. What do you have for us?
My name is Septon Ataro. At M-Pesa, we bring you a myriad of solutions. One of them is the payment solutions. We have saving solutions. We also have credit solutions. And this also spans further and goes to insurance solutions that we have for our customers. So for all this, we will discuss them further in the next session.
Exactly. Septon will be joining us on stage, and he will be taking us through how M-Pesa and the solutions that are in there can be able to transform your biashara. So please, join me on the screen. There's a video that I want to show you. This is how a Safaricom business solution has been enabled to progress in Eldoret. So we'll be looking at one of our businesses here in Eldoret. Take a look.
Water is a scarce resource, and yet even in the little that is produced by water utility companies, quite a flood is lost. The difference between the water that is produced by a water utility company and the water that is sold is referred to as non-revenue water. There are two components of non-revenue water: physical losses caused by leaks, breaks, spills in the pipes, and commercial losses, that occur as a result of broken meters, poor meter reading, inaccurate record keeping, or outright water theft.
We are at about 39% in terms of net revenue water. Kenya has net revenue water of about 46%. So the country loses about 11 billion Kenya shillings every year.
The biggest challenge of the loss is actually the meter. When you look at the money made in the water sector, the machine which makes that is a meter. So when the meter is not right, when the meter cannot communicate, when the meter is not functioning, then everything is not functioning.
In a bid to reduce non-revenue water, enhance efficiency and increase revenue, smart meters are billed as a game changer for water utility companies.
This is facilitated through the network mobile service providers using the technology called narrowband technology, where we place a SIM card within the meter for purposes of transmission. And once the information is transmitted, it is stored and analyzed at the software that is available in the cloud.
Eldoret Water and Sanitation Company, Eldowas, in collaboration with telecommunication giant Safaricom and Earthview Limited, a technology company specializing in Internet of Things, is pioneering the use of smart meters.
So basically, if Safaricom is everywhere in the country and then water is everywhere, then now it all means that really leveraging on the Safaricom technology in terms of communication, we can then be able to get data on water from any point, anytime. Yeah, because currently the water sector, they only get data when they go reading once a month. Yet now with this technology, you can actually get data on water distribution daily. You can get data on consumption daily. You can also get the information about pressure, daily. And that is leveraging on technology.
The smart metering plan by Eldowas has 3 pillars. First is putting in place systems to monitor the distribution. The 65,000 Eldowas water connections have been demarcated into 18 district metering areas to enable specific focus on pressure, volume, and rationing through smart meters. Flowing from that are digital non-revenue water checks to figure out exactly where water is lost and fix it immediately. The third phase is a pilot installation of smart meters, starting with 20% of the heavy water consumers who generate 80% of the revenue.
So with the smart meters, we can read on a dashboard in the office, and we don't have to bother any Kenyan. Once we have the smart meters, we just track. When you see the graph has gone down over a certain household, then we know there's a challenge there. So we can visit and address the issue. And I think this is how Kenya, as a front runner in digital transformation, can pace set even for Africa or even the world in terms of adoption of digital smart meters.
By investing in ultrasonic smart meters, we've seen significant increase in terms of revenues for the company, which is quite important for us.
For many Kenyans, in addition to piped water being heavily rationed, lack of clarity around their water bill is a source of constant frustration.
Clients, as you know, not only in Kenya but world over, are reluctant in payment of water service. There's a challenge in the world where people feel water is a free resource. Yet there is investment in chemicals, there's investment in human resources, technology, and everything. So if we get smart meters, we should be able to address that challenge.
Every user will have a mobile app to be able to see his consumption, his pattern, can be able to reconcile and say, I was away, this water, well, now we can be able to do what we call analytics and be able to know last month, this month, last week, this week. And I believe this is now what the users want. They want to be in charge of their data. They want to be able to know this bill is made out of what.
The goal of the Eldowas Smart Metering project is to bring about digital transformation in the country's water sector by leveraging on the Internet of Things, IoT.
So IoT is at its infancy stage in the country. There is a lot of opportunity for it to grow. And we see a lot of potential in the utility space. So what currently we are doing around water, there's a lot of potential also in energy. How then better do you manage energy, also to achieve energy balance? We're also seeing a lot of potential in agriculture, moving away from rain-dependent agriculture to smart agriculture, that you're able to use technology, sensors to monitor soil, things like soil moisture, control when water is pumped and when the valves are shut.
The Water Services Regulatory Board, in a 2021 report, stated that 21 counties lost more than 50% of the water they produced. Meanwhile, about 20 million Kenyans, over 30% of the population, do not have access to basic water services. It is hoped that other public water companies will be able to pick lessons from elders and eventually be able to better manage water allocation, water distribution, water production, and water usage more efficiently using technology. For Safaricom, provision of smart metering for a fee offers the telco an opportunity to step up its diversification drive.
Right, thank you. Asante sana. Very good video for us. I want to engage our online audience because I see the comments are coming through, and I want to give a shout out to Kina Caroline Chesang. I have learned a lot about security as much as my business is concerned. Thank you so much, Safaricom Business. Thank you for that comment. I want to read here a comment. I have learned how to keep my password with Bitwarden so that I avoid repeating one password every day. How many of us are victims of that? Yani, we feel you, Musigoe. We feel you. We know what you're going through. But you've also asked us a question. You have asked, I have learned to use, so you've said you've learned how to use the strong passwords, but how do you protect then your Wi-Fi password? And I want one of our leaders, Dennis, who is right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see him, or you can just come on stage, quickly come on stage and answer that question for us. So in as much as, yes, he has the app so that he can save his passwords, how can he protect himself from other people? So he's saying his neighbors are stealing his password every day. So how can he protect himself? Dennis, tuchambua hiyo tafadhali.
Hello?
Yes.
Great. Yeah, so I'm guessing, okay, I can approach that in two ways. It could be their password that they input into some Wi-Fi, whose password they've got, and they probably are not managing the router. It could be their router at home, where they've got complete access, and it's theirs, and they can actually do the configuration. So first of all, when it comes to password, like Bright had mentioned, you just need to have a strong password that cannot be hacked easily by the slowest computer. And so how do you do that? Ensure it has different character sets, from numbers to alphanumeric numerals, and as long as possible. So it would actually take the fastest or the slowest computer a very long time to crack that password. Secondly, review or modify your password frequently. That will also help. If someone had targeted you and they were trying to break your password, and they had gotten to a level where probably you have a 6-character password and they have gotten 4 of them, they're just in the journey to get the last 2. If you change your password, you actually set them back. They have to start again. So you've got to regularly adjust the passwords you've got. And also, do not use the same password across different platforms. Most of us do that because it's easier to remember. But also, the risk is huge, because if I get a hold of your password on one platform, let's say you use the same on your internet banking, you use the same password on your router, you use the same password on your email. The day I get hold of it and I have profiled you in a similar manner that Bright has just shown, it means I have access to everything that you own, including your assets in the bank. If you've got your 1 million shilling there, it's now mine. If you've got your contacts on Gmail and I've got your password, it means your whole contact list, including your family members. I can draw up how your clan looks like. Basically, I can turn your world upside down. I can possibly, erase all the data or memories you have with your kids because you've taken photos and you've stored them on Google and you're happy that they're safe there. And so ensuring that you do not use the same password is another way. Then Now, getting into the technicalities of it, if it's a Wi-Fi password, also ensure that the Wi-Fi protected setup, the WPS that you'd see on your router, is actually turned off, because that allows a device that is trusted to always connect, but it exposes you to vulnerabilities. Additionally, you could also consider, if it's actually your router, you can hide the SSID, which is the identifier of your Wi-Fi. You know, people broadcast their identifier, they call it all manner of names. People use their names or their apartment number. Let's say I'm on apartment, you know, C74. I use that as my SSID. So it would mean if I'm targeting you and I know where you stay, I would know this is your apartment, and I could actually target you. So the other way is that you can hide that such that if you are the one who knows the SSID, you actually type the SSID and then type the password. It's not always that you have to have the SSID broadcasted. So that's how you can keep yourself safe. Thank you.
Okay, I think you've given us another scary session right after bright session, but all the same, information is power. Thank you so much, Dennis. And I hope to the online, the person who actually asked that question, I really hope we have given you the answer. Create a strong password, download the BitLocker app, ensure that at least you have a place where you can save all your passwords. Then don't use one password for all your devices. Sawa? Okay, I want to ask a question in the room, and I have some giveaways. Is that all right? Simple, simple questions before we go to the next segment. Simple question. What is the USS code for the home of Safaricom business? USSD code for home of Safaricom business. Get your mic and give me the answer. And Francis, I hope tayarisha airtime hapo. Is there a mic on that table? There should be. If not, Jason, tafadhali, saidia. Okay, there you go.
My name is Isaac Bet. I'm a photographer in Eldoret. Star 400 hash.
Bet. But I love the confidence. There was someone here who may know hapo. Kuna mtu alikuwa nini hapo. Okay.
Hello. My name is Kennedy Kumetish from the side of computers. The answer is star 485 hash.
Asante. Na makofi kwake. Star 485 is the USSD code for Safaricom business. Francis, if you can give him an airtime of 1,000 bob, at least aende nayo. Asante sana. Next question. What Safaricom business service provides virtual computing resources and hosted software applications, allowing companies to avoid large upfront IT investments? I think we talked about a good service that can enable you to even back up your data. What is that? Where you can back up your data. Where are you backing it up in? Nipe mic. Mic, chukua mic. Ndio hii hapa mbele. Should be on.
Hi, Cloud.
Yes, hi, Cloud. It is Safaricom Cloud. Makofi kwake. That's where you can back up your data, and it will allow you to do all these things when it comes to storage as well as computing. I need an airtime for her, please. Yes, always enda mkono mtupu. Now, any questions I might have in the room before I get to the next segment? Okay, Bet. Yes.
So my question is about the internet. We have seen transformation on the Safaricom routers. We had the Huawei, then we had TCL, then we had the Nokia. As part of my job, I do live streaming services, and you end up, let's say, for example, we have a funeral procession, maybe from Eldoret to Ziwa to Kitale. Along the way, you find that internet connectivity buffers. So we get this challenge whereby the people viewing the streaming along some certain routes, you find that there is no internet connection, especially the 5G internet. There's some places where we do not access. We get the alternative of using the 4G internet, whereby on the Huawei routers, you can optimize the internet to serve you or to give you the live stream. We get the challenge whereby it will take up to 2 minutes for you to log in, configure it, optimize along the way. Could we get a possible solution whereby we can get auto-optimization of the internet so that we can have a constant live stream? Thank you.
Okay. I am happy to note that our fixed business lead is in the room. Victor, I don't know if you can take that question. Yeah, he's a photographer, he's in the streaming business. Whenever he travels, he uses our internet, Safaricom internet, but it is not reliable. What can we offer him as a solution?
Thank you for that. You know, when you travel, you go to different places with different network configs. In fact, you know, I was in some place there in Iten, and I saw those undulating hills. And in that place, sometimes network is off. But one of the best solutions you can actually have is a dongle or a MiFi, okay? And the best MiFi I would actually suggest to you is a 4G MiFi, because 4G, at least we have coverage across the country. You might get patches, you know, where you find there's no network, but quickly, as you travel, you find network. And the good thing is the entire network of Safaricom is on 4G. As we go along, in several years, the whole country will have covered it in 5G. And at that time, I'll tell you, get a 5G MiFi. Why? Because at that time, you'll have better speeds than you have on 4G. And you can do a lot of content, video, and everything you want in a crystal clarity. But for now, MiFi will help whenever you do the traveling.
I actually think it's a good question and a good challenge on us, because I think, Victor, when we are ordering these devices, then we should try and get a device that when network fluctuates, if it goes from 5G to 4G, then it peaks immediately, rather than, you know, him now trying to reconnect to other. So good challenge. I think in the next phase of devices that we will check, then that one of the specs that we will put in mind and say, how does it move from, I mean, if you change a site and the site is 5G and then you go to a 4G site, then how does it pick up and go down without you needing to restart it or something like that? Thanks.
Okay. Any question? I want to allow us at least some time to engage. Oh yeah, please, you can have a mic.
Hello, my name is Stephen Chirchir. I work with Kimi Telematics as a fleet management company. We do tracking and fuel monitoring. I also have a similar challenge and with BET. For us, right now we are using the IoT for Safaricom on most of our trucks. And the challenge we have is mostly what BET is experiencing. We have vehicles going to areas where there is no coverage. So what is the solution to that? Because we find ourselves in a situation where we end up losing clients because they think we are not reliable in terms of ensuring their vehicles are active all the days, or all the times, 24 hours. Okay, thank you.
Okay. I don't know if my colleague Michael can take that. Issues of reliability, especially when it comes to the IoT management. You have a mic for him, please? Yeah. How can we guarantee reliability and effectiveness for that solution or that platform?
Thank you very much for that question. Now, in IoT SIM management, we have two offerings. We have the local, we have the global. So the global IoT SIM cards actually can be able to move across different networks. So if you have SIM cards that are going to different regions, we always leverage on the existing network, which is much stronger. So you could get the global IoT lines to see if you can be able to ensure that you are guaranteed connectivity across all the parts in the country or even across the border.
So we have the local and the global, so you could leverage in the global IoT lines to ensure that there's that continuous connectivity across the different networks as you move around.
Do you know which IoT, maybe you can respond to that. Are yours local?
Yeah, I use, just a quick one. I use both the local one and the global one, and I still experience challenges on both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think what you can do, do you have particular areas that actually experience the issue about connectivity? Because we've tried to ensure that our base stations have been optimized to take up IoT connectivity as much as possible, as much fast as possible. So you could share the areas that actually you're getting mostly affected to actually optimize the areas.
Yeah, we've tried engaging with your support team, and as much as some areas you will get support, and for example, there's a place in South Sudan called Nemule. It was a very big problem for the global IoT, but after a few consultations with your team, we were able to get back the network around there. But then it keeps recurring in other areas, so you can't be going case by case. So you have like 15 areas or 20 areas which have these problems. I can't wait for the vehicle to get there for me to get the support.
So if I'm getting correctly, this is mostly affecting when you cross the border or local?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Thank you for the feedback. I think we'll work towards optimizing that, but I think also your feedback and maybe the areas you're mostly affected can help us to improve it better. So maybe after this session, we can just have a side chat on the same.
Noted.
Perfect. Perfect. I want to take one last question one last question.
Thank you very much. My name is Jafet Barangetun. I work with Test Enterprises. We are the authorized distributors for Shell lubricants. Any lubricant that you get, if it's not from a Shell station, it's from me. Yeah, yeah, that is it. We lubricate no thrift. We are in charge of no thrift. So basically, we are using two systems. One of the system creates an invoice for the other one. And in no thrift, we sometimes develop some problems. The invoice that has been created has to be prompted through a Safaricom, what do I call it? It has to be prompted for payment. So when we do not have network, for example, in the areas of Turkana, those areas, we do not have any G. It is no G. So basically, it gives us a lot of challenges. I don't know what you will suggest today. Actually, that is why I came here. I don't know what you will suggest. We go as far as, like my friend, as far as the borders of this country to the north. And we are experiencing that. I don't know what you will suggest today for such.
So there's no G at all?
There's no G.
There's no G, and you're unable to even make payments?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Victor.
Yeah. Thank you. There's no G at all. I guess what we need to do, we'll pick some of those coordinates. It's good you have you as a voice of the customer. Let's get some of those coordinates. Just share, in fact, share with me. And then we'll just have a discussion with our network teams and see how can we make sure there's some G in some of those areas. Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Asante sana. So I want us to switch up a little bit. We want to get into the business solutions segment. So please join me on the screen. We can watch a few videos. Okay, I'm being told before the video, we do have our Chief Financial Services Officer in the room. We call her Mama M-Pesa. She can just come in and say hi. I know she's just from the rig, so she can tell us where she's from. Salamu zimetoka wapi, and please greet our SMEs in Rift, in Eldoret. Asante sana. A warm welcome as she comes on stage. There you go.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry I've not dressed like a business person. I have come directly from the rig because you're all our customers. We are celebrating 18 years of M-Pesa. M-Pesa is a financial services solution. Why we're calling ourselves a financial services solution and not a payment solution, is really because we are in every single space. So as I've heard Tess talk about, having no connectivity in the northern parts of Kenya, they can't do payments. We're very connected to our network business. And so network, payments, they all go together. So what have we done as we have turned 18 as M-Pesa? And I'm going to speak to business people here. So as you have turned 18, you know us for the tills that we roll out to you, isn't it? Right? How many of you here have a till?
Who doesn't?
Okay. Okay, who doesn't? Okay, very good. I saw quite a number of hands coming up. Who has a pay bill? Excellent. We've got quite a number of people who have got pay bills. Fantastic. Now, those are your tools of trade. They enable you for every single product and solution that you're delivering to be able to collect. So that's the first thing. So when you talk about solutions, how do we enable you in your business to be able to collect your funds? Then we have suppliers that we need to pay. How many of you are using these same tills and pay bills to make supplier payments? How many of you? Good. But not as many as the people who have tills. And so those are the solutions that we want to talk to you about, because in all of that, you're managing your working capital. You're managing what's coming in, and you're able to then pay what's going out. But the more regularly you use these solutions that we have, last month we launched our M-Pesa Business Credit Solutions. We've got two types. There's one which is an overdraft, because in a business, sometimes you're short of cash and you need to make a payment. So what are you able to do? You're able to draw. That drawing you're able to do against, which is our credit limit, is based on what throughput we see coming into your wallet or into your pay bill, your till. We're then able to give you a limit. We're able to give you limits that go up to about 4 million shillings. Okay? So you've got a line of credit that you can pull on. That's in the event of an emergency. But what if you know you need to acquire certain stock that you're going to pay back in a period of either 7 days, 14 days, 13 days? We have our short-term loan solutions. That is what we call TASI. So TASI loans is what we have launched. So my encouragement here, and which is a saving also for you, the more you collect electronically, the more we're able to see your transactions, the more we're able to see how you're engaging with your customers, enables us to give you higher and better limits that help you to grow your business. My colleagues are going to come up and speak a little bit more about this in detail. The next thing that we have for businesses, when you have that little amount of money sitting somewhere before you have to pay a supplier or make any other type of payment, isn't that an opportunity to invest? Isn't it? So, I'm now going to mix this up a bit with business and with consumer. How many of you, since I've assumed you're all M-Pesa users, it's been 18 years, so I am assuming that you're all with us. How many of you are aware of ZD, which is our savings product? Now you put your hand up strong, because then I'll know you're a person who likes to save and to make money. Okay, there's some education I must do here. ZD is an investment tool. You simply click invest, that money goes into a separate wallet. It earns money, it earns interest daily, which is credited to back to your wallet every midnight. So what is that doing when it's credited back into your wallet every midnight? It's compounding. It's compounding, so it's growing, literally growing. And ZD is what helps you to grow your money. Very soon, we're going to be providing the same solution for your tills. So that overnight that you're waiting to make that payment to your supplier tomorrow, I know many of you are in business, so there are days you delay even paying your supplier, right? You have the money, but you want to delay a little bit. So we all do that a little bit, don't we? Yeah, so that's called cash flow management, isn't it? Yes. So when you're managing your cash flow, we'll give you that opportunity to earn something more that you can plow back into your business, as opposed to that money not earning anything. The last thing I want to speak about before I invite my colleagues to speak about credit is insurance. You guys work so hard, so hard to create all these assets that you have, but they can also easily be wiped away. Let me use the example of Maandamano. that happened not too long ago. How many businesses here were impacted by the demonstrations? Any businesses here? We're very fortunate. But there are some businesses that were negatively impacted. There's a role that insurance plays. A small premium can save your business. And so we're here to talk about, through our financial services solutions, we're able to enable you to insure your business against these eventualities. So that when you have, and you know, life is like that. See, change is permanent. We're always told change is permanent. Risks come. If we knew what risk was coming tomorrow, wouldn't we have protected and prevented it? The fact of the matter is that we never know what's going to come through. So we want to give you a solution that protects your business in those difficult times, that still allows you to be able to trade. So that's how M-Pesa has grown as an adult. And that is how M-Pesa is supporting you now that we're 18. And I encourage you, we're all here with our teams. I'll just ask a few of my team members to stand up so that you can see them. And in need, you can also engage with them. So Victor, Arthur, is there anyone else who's here? Okay. Septon? So Septon, you can come forward. So these are the core members of the team. Victor is in charge of our commercial growth. So you need to speak to him. Anything business related, him and his team will be able to deliver for you. If it's around your collection solutions, if it's around accessing credit, if it's around just simply getting access, you're having challenges, Victor and his team in our commercial growth management team are responsible for that. Then we have Arthur Gishuru. Arthur Gishuru and his team are the brains behind all these solutions that I'm able to speak about. How do you collect money? How do you make payments? How do you manage your credit? Arthur and his team are the team that leads this. So thank you, Arthur. And then we have Septon. Septon, he's working together with Arthur. Septon's role is to ensure that every single business here is enabled with credit. And so he's going to take the second part of the conversation. But thank you so much, and karibuni. Please continue to enjoy the great work that we do here at Safaricom. And thank you so much, because without your partnership, without your patronage, we'll not be where we are today. So feel very welcome. Feel very acknowledged and appreciated for being our partner. Thank you for making time to be with us today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Esther, and also for making the time. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Septon. Your work has been cut out, I think, so you need to earn your salary for today. So please take us through the business credit solutions that our SMEs in the room can pick up and that can enable them to drive and elevate them. I want to also acknowledge one of our colleagues here, our acting chief channels, Martin Chere. I know he answered a question. I don't know if he's still in the room. If not, oh, there you go, Martin Salimia. These are our SMEs. Asante sana. Asante sana. Septon, over to you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. So I'm going to take us through the next session, but Esther has actually summarized everything that we offer. So I normally start with something where I take our customers through the till solutions that we have. And also, that is the payment solutions that we have. And then that always precedes what I always speak about on credit. So until today, I'll just summarize the benefits that we can get on the till. Today on the till, did you know that you can sell airtime on your till and earn a commission? Did you? I'm hearing a no. So now you know, right? Yeah, so did you also know that on your till, you can pay your utilities from the till? You can also withdraw at any agent. Did you also know that payments you receive on your till that are 200 shillings and below are free? So that is it. To access, if you have a till, we have two channels, that is USSD, which is *234#, and we also have the app, the business app, M-Pesa business app. Those are the two channels. I know there are some customers who've had our tills and they've not used them for quite a while. Some have gone inactive. To reactivate your till, based on the benefits that I've actually listed, you'll have to dial *234#, then select option 2. That is the most easiest way in which you can activate your till. We go further to Pochi la Biashara wallet. One main benefit of this wallet is it will help you as a business person to separate your personal cash from your business cash. All these benefits, credit is also a benefit that our customers can get when they have these solutions. So the credit solutions that I'm going to speak about target our customers who receive payments on their till wallets and those who receive payments on their Pochi la Biashara wallets. So for the till, okay. I can't see a green button here. So for the till, we have 2 solutions. We have an overdraft facility, and we also have, we have an overdraft facility, which we've dubbed Fuliza Biashara, and we also have a 14-day term loan for the till. So for the overdraft facility, the normal access point is the access point for that is the *234#, then option 0, that is the USSD access, that is to opt in, and also for the same overdraft facility, you can also navigate through the M-Pesa business app to get Fuliza Biashara. So for the benefits that we offer, this is a 30-day loan. Remember the normal how overdrafts work. We allow you to overdraw your account up to the assigned limit. Then in the instance that you receive any incoming or any inflow into your wallet, it will then be used to regularize your account. So the benefit of this is that when an inflow comes into your wallet, we will only take 40% and direct that towards loan repayment. I have to presume that most of us have interacted with the normal consumer overdraft facility, which is called Fuliza. 100% of it always goes into loan repayment, right? Now for the businesses, this has been made easier to help you meet your working capital needs. So that is the overdraft. So for the overdraft facility, you can also use it to pay to another till. You can also withdraw at an agent. You can send to a nominated number. You can pay another customer and also use it on the pay bill. So there are fees that are tied to it, where for each utilization, we will charge you 2% of the amount you've utilized. And there are also, for the first 24 hours, it will not attract any interest. So there is also the daily maintenance fee, where the minimum we charge is 12 shillings. The maximum we can charge is 250. So it's also good to note that any amount that is below 1,000, that is 999 coming down, it doesn't attract the daily maintenance fee. So just go next. So for the till, we also have a 14-day facility. The 14-day facility is a term loan where our customers can access up to 250,000. That is the maximum. So for the 14-day, we charge an access fee of 6%. But in the event that the 14 days have elapsed and you're feeling that you might not be able to pay your loan in time, then we've offered that leverage where you can roll over your loan. Once you've rolled it over, we will also charge you 3% for rollover, so then it means you will have 28 days to repay your loan. So for the customers who receive their payments on Pochi, through their Pochi wallets, we also have a 7-day term loan, we have a 14-day term loan, we have a 21-day term loan, and a 30-day term loan for those customers who receive their payments on the Pochi wallet. So this basically speaks to the journey that a customer will go through to be able to access this loan. You will dial *334#, then select option 8, which is Pochi la Biashara, and then option 6. All these loans are flexible in the sense that we are offering that leverage, and the leverage then means that when the due date of the loan has actually been actualized, then in the event that you feel that you've not met your goals financially, we can then roll it over for you to be able to pay it within the rollover period. So that is all about the loans that we are offering. And I want to say, I want to think that someone maybe in the crowd is asking what then do they need to do for them to be able to access these services. So that's a cheat code. So for you to be able to get a loan, you must have been operational for at least 6 months. And then what we also check is the activity on your till. Just ensure that monthly you are active on the till. The more active you are, that increases your chances for limit eligibility. That is also something we are checking on the tills. So those are the two main things that we check. At least monthly you have to be working on your till. You must be receiving payments. So because for us even to advance a limit to a customer, we are checking on the inflows that come in and the outflows. So the limits will be based on the net income that you'll have over that period. So that is it, and that is what our customers need to do to be able to access these.
Okay.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A clap for him, tafadhali. Any questions? Actually, I've seen one question online, and the user or the person is asking, why can't they access biashara loans? So is it maybe they have not reached the 6-month limit, or rather the 6-month qualification? Because they're saying they can't access the loan for some reason, one way or another.
Yes, it's true there are some customers can't access it. Maybe the business rules that have just taken us through, they have not met them. So the 6-month wait time, the activity on your till, and some people also don't access the loans because they may be negatively listed on CRB. Because that is also a question that comes many a times when we attend some forums where a merchant asks, can I still get this loan when I'm listed? But it's good to make it clear that you can't get it when you are listed. Negatively listed, that is.
Right, so you need to check your credit status first. Okay, okay. Any questions in the room? Any questions for Septom, especially when it comes to the M-Pesa, FinTech, how to get a biashara loan for yourself? Yes, there should be a mic there.
Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
My name is Iris. I've seen Pochi la Biashara and Taasi Pochi. What is the difference?
That's a good question. Taasi Pochi is the loan facility that we are offering to the Pochi la Biashara customers, the customers who have the Pochi wallet. The name of that credit facility that we are offering to them is called Taasi Pochi. Now, Pochi la Biashara is the actual wallet that you receive your payments to. Yes.
Okay, question.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is John Kabuthi. Pleasure to be here with my dad. We work with under real estate with an entity called Revent Holdings Limited. So M-Pesa business, technically, anywhere we ask around is usually till and pochi, till and pochi. However, I believe most of us, most business owners, we do access pay bill more. For instance, our organization has approximately around 8 pay bills that we allocate for different clients. So, and also the app, the M-Pesa business app also does not facilitate pay bill access. So is that something that you've been considering implementing it to the M-Pesa business app and also giving us also these services to pay bill users?
Okay. Okay. Oh, right. Arthur, karibu.
Thank you, thank you. Let me help Septon. So we are basically relooking at our business propositions, and what we want to do is unify the experience that businesses have. We have different types of solutions that have grown over time, and they've found a life of themselves. So what we want to do is kind of package all these solutions into one. And we acknowledge that businesses like you, who have maybe an organized back office, may not want to use mobile apps to access some of these solutions. So we are basically repackaging our web app so that a business that has accountants and guys who are managing their money can have easy access to our solutions. So that's what we're thinking about. And the same will basically apply to the credit products. So the construct of an overdraft is the same. If you look at a small merchant and a big corporate, how we deliver it is what is important. So essentially, that is the work we're doing, and as soon as that is ready, we'll roll it out. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
I just want to summarize something. So for anyone who feels that they may need a till, we have a Lipa na M-Pesa portal, which you can self on board. It's seamless. Then you'll get your till. And if you also feel that you need a Pochi la Biashara wallet, you can just dial *334#, select option 8, which is Pochi la Biashara, then choose the opt-in option. That is it from me.
Asante. Thank you, Septon. Makofi kwake. So I just want to go into Q&A because of time. I know I've taken a lot of your time, and there are some questions we missed, I think, in this area. Any question? Yes, I remember the lady who had a question for us. So this is an open engagement. It's Q&A. Our leaders are in the room, so you can ask. For our online audience, the menti.com is right. The link should be on your screen. There you go. You can scan the QR code, get onto menti.com. For my online audience, drop your questions right there, and you'll be able to get them from there. Asante, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Christine Laboso. I do Airbnb, events, and school transport. I have a challenge. I'm not sure whether it's my SIM card or what, because most of my clients, when they call, sometimes they say, my phone is saying Teda, so I'm losing a lot of business. Can you kindly assist on that?
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll take, well, okay, so there's a SIM card issue. I'm hoping my leaders are prepping for that. I'll take another from this table, then I come to you.
Good afternoon. My name is Iris. I deal with beauty services. I have an issue. I don't know how Safaricom is helping the people right interior inside other counties. We have these small women's small businesses who are not exposed to these Pochi and Taasi businesses. What I would urge Safaricom is good to avoid these small claims. You understand these small claims in judiciary. Like having some money, I've sold my goods, I lend somebody my money. Instead of lending somebody, why can't I, if I'm exposed to these kind of services, I'll be able to bank with the Pochi, then I'll get interest to avoid those cases piling in courts. Also about digital. I don't know how far you have gone. We have these small micro businesses in the interior of Kenya. People are doing business, but they're not exposed. So people sell goods and they store their money under mattresses. They are not aware of these businesses. You know, people in town, that are exposed to so many things. Like this seminar here, I thank you for this seminar, but how far have you gone inside our remote areas? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll take those 3 questions first. I don't know if Martin is still there or even Kirubi. You can help with the SIM card issue to start with. Yes.
Okay, so there are two issues. One is the one for SIM card, and the other one is what are we doing to reach out to mashinani? Is it whether we can educate our customers in mashinani? So number one, the person who's asked about SIM card. Tuonane pale nyuma. I just want to know which that area is, because most probably it's a network issue. Has nothing to do with your SIM card. Then you can also check your SIM card. I'm almost certain you're probably on a 5G device, but with a 2G SIM card. So we'll check that for you. We will have somebody behind there. Reaching out to mashinani, I think that's what we have started doing. As I'm sure you've been told, we have a group of teams who are going deep rural to engage our customers in those areas. I also have seen other places that we are working with different chambers of commerce within the county. So what happens, for example, if you have been to Turkana, so working with the chambers of commerce county, what they do, because they have outreach, we then accompany them, or they're going to those rural markets. Surprisingly, we also use chiefs barazas. One of the most effective way of registering our customers and ensuring we educate customers on why you need to register right your business is through chiefs barazas. So we're also using that as a vehicle to reach out to the very local, deep areas. I think we have opportunity to do a better job. You're also here interested in doing business, isn't you? So if you are doing M-Pesa in Safaricom, you know you can also make some money by doing the till business. Hey, why don't we go with you into those markets? Sure. Do you know how much we pay? Have you been told how much we pay per till if you acquire?
I don't think they do.
You've not been told? Sukari ukiuza sukari unatengeneza shilingi ngapi? Shilingi ngapi? Na ni mahali umepata ya kando. Mimi nakulipa shilingi ngapi? 200. So you see, there's some money. So why don't we partner with you, other than see the opportunity and ask Safaricom, can you go there? Why don't you go with you? Sindio? If you have M-Pesa, then let's work together. So those are the two areas we're focusing on.
Just a quick one. I had noted, but I had forgotten to say about we have these old people who are not learned. Why can't we have a transcription in mother tongue? You know, you can speak English, you can speak Kiswahili, but it's just coming in and going out. So they say people, Safaricom passed here, we are just hearing music, but they're not getting information.
The current ongoing rig, the people talking there, hata mmoja wako hapa, we're going with the locals. Then number two also, when we are recruiting, especially our trade development teams, we hire from the local. We don't go to Nairobi anymore. We hire from the local, so that when we're engaging you in our local language. We've also now gotten all the local media houses. You know those radio stations, zile za mashinani, deep mashinani. By the way, if you know one that is not working with us, niongeleshe, if you're within Drift. So we're also using them to reach out to the very local mwananchi. Remember those wazes, see, we now have a program for them through the government. So they're coming to us. How are we engaging them? Local. Hatuwezi kutumia English na Kiswahili. So we have a program, we're reaching out to them. However, I think the opportunity is, where you find an opportunity where we haven't done a good job, tell us. Sindio? Tell us so that we then do our job. And thank you for the feedback.
Asante. Victor?
Yeah, just to add, and thank you very much for that response. And I know we are talking to businesses here where a number of you actually do distribution downstream. It's in your best interest to ensure even the downstream retailers who buy from you have a till. Why? Because when you're sending your van out or your teams out, why should they come back with cash to go do banking? Yeah. So we are moving that value chain because there's something interesting we want to work where we can actually develop the value chain ecosystem. But it's in your best interest in the first step. If you have this number of outlets which don't have or don't use Pochi or Lipa na M-Pesa, let us know. Let's come to your location. Go with your distribution teams. We actually make sure that they have tills. Then they can pay into you. Then your vans don't have to collect any cash. Then now we slowly start moving out of cash. You have a very seamless way of collecting, and we can match that and reconcile that with your back office. Yeah.
Thank you. We can now remove all our monies from our beds and into the bank, into the Pochi. Thank you for that question and comment. I know there was a question there. Kindly.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mr. Mwangi. I work with a company known as Mwangi's Beauty Parlor. I'm just a beautician here in Eldoret. I think most of you know me. I have a question about till and those business ideas you're giving us. One is about the loan. I tend to imagine, because we are partners in this till and you want us to have a serious uptake about the loans, the interest is a bit high. Is there a way we can look at it? And then another thing I've been observing is transactional costs. Using the till to till, or paying someone from till to an M-Pesa, or paying another till, I tend to imagine it's a bit high. Can they be, because we are partners, we need to be given a better rating than using an direct, the normal M-Pesa.
Normal
Yes.
M-Pesa.
Thank you.
I like the way our commercial growth lead is here, as well as payments. Those are two questions. Let me take one from that table behind you, then I'll come to you. 1 second. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gamaliel. I'm a software engineer. I work with a startup called Kojani Labs. We are a software and design studio. So part of the things we do is we build websites, platforms for businesses, and part of it is integrating services like till numbers, pay bill services to their website so that they can easily get payments from for businesses to get payments directly within their platforms. But now we have the M-Pesa org platform where you manage your till numbers, your pay bill. It's a bit complicated. So it's always an extra step trying to tell our clients how they can withdraw their money, move money from their MMF accounts to eventually connecting to their bank accounts. It's a tedious process. So from the website side, we've simplified that process, but then when it comes to getting the money out, it's a bit of some work needed there.
So the simplification of that process. Okay.
So that's one. And then my second question is, now considering the nature of my business, I work remotely. I'm flexible. So you're among those people who started with Starlink, because now for Safaricom we only had, home fiber. We had no unlimited option. The 4G option is limited. I'm a high data user, heavy data user. So we switched to the Safaricom 5G router. But then, is there a way you guys can add a power bank or something? Because at the moment, I have the 5G router in my bag, but I have an extra power bank I had to purchase separately so that I'm able to move with my internet very flexibly. So if that can be added, that can be a big, big plus, because the 5G option is very flexible.
Perfect. Okay. Allow me to answer those questions. Kirubi, I know you wanted to say, did you want to say something? Or it's that question. All right. Victor, will you? Okay, okay, Sawa.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, hi. Sorry. Sorry, yes.
Hi, sorry, I have two questions as well. I'm Selina. I work with Airbnbs in Eldoret, in Kenya. So I wanted to ask about M-Pesa and the issue we spoke about in the morning, hacking. We've had issues of people, I think there is an app that can manipulate M-Pesa messages. So how is Safaricom dealing with that? And how can business people be protected from that? And also, the till issue. Most of the people have had to take a step back from till because we've had an issue of double taxation. Like we had rumors that we're going to be taxed again on top of, our normal taxation. So how can that be? As Safaricom, have you tried to be an intermediary for the business people so that you don't lose clients?
Okay. Thank you for that question. Please allow me to answer those questions, then we do a wrap-up because of time. Our leaders are in the room. The Safaricom business team will still be in the room after this session, and they'll actually stay here so that we can answer more of your questions. Is that okay, Tafadhali? Allow me to take those 3 or 4, 5 concerns. So we've had an issue of interest rates that are higher and transactional costs till to till. I'm seeing my leaders deliberating over this, but...
No. We are just splitting the questions.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Kirubi will handle the one for devices. Okay, the device, that's feedback taken. Yeah, so that we enable you to actually, I can see your laptop is already on, so you'd want to work. On the issue of the till and KRA, we got this feedback from the market. And I think the feedback you're giving us, where can we do as an intermediary? Yes, I know there are some officials who visit some premises and ask for the till details. I think this has now subsided, sort of. Feedback that I got from Nairobi, I don't know whether it's in Uasin Gishu County, they still look for the tills. I think the matter is currently under consultation with KRA. So let me not comment here. I know there was that concern. There were some publications around it a year ago. I'll not issue a position of what is our position right now. Allow us to also just consult with KRA. But so far, the feedback that we've seen from the market is we no longer have requests for information that on what you're collecting on your till. I believe they have other ways. KRA has other ways of being able to engage with you. Okay. There's a app issue. Maybe Arthur, you can take that one, and the cost of credit. Okay.
Thank you.
I think just to address the experience issue, when our customers are using our products, there's a lot of internal language that is very native to Safaricom. So, for example, the issue that you've raised whereby, you're being asked to move money from the merchant account through the MMF. Really, what you want to do is to send money to bank or pay a bill or do something. So what we are doing internally is to, one, ensure that our UX experience speaks to a consumer or a merchant in a language that they understand. And in the background, what we're doing is, or what we've done already, is to have products that do not have that construct of merchant till and MMF, which is the transacting till. So if you have the transacting till, it's very easy for you to transact. It doesn't give you those hopes of moving money out, which was a historical thing that we inherited quite a while back. We've moved away from that. And if you basically onboard onto our transacting tills, those tills allow you to transact freely and easily within M-Pesa. And also you can move money out to the bank very easily. So that's actually what we are seeing as our 2.0 type of solution for merchants. We are doing some enhancements to make it a bit better for bigger merchants that have a more complex setup in terms of mandates, where you have different approval levels depending on the organization. So we want to create that complexity in terms of mandates management so that big corporates can feel a bit secured when they're managing their money. On the credit side, we are not a financial services organization that does credit. So we have to partner with banks. And I think I've taken the feedback on pricing, so it's just to sit down with the banking partners that we work with for us to look at that question of cost of credit, and we'll basically have a sit down and address it with our partners that we work with. I don't know whether I've covered all the questions.
Yes, I believe so. I'm not taking any more questions at the moment, but I believe the questions have been answered. There's one question, and I think it was a good comment as well as a challenge, and I want Victor Mbuthia to probably address the issue of integrated proposition. I think he's come out with a very good point, because he's an online biashara. Then if he's buying a 5G dongle, then let's layer it with a power bank, for example. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Actually, when you started with the 5G devices, they didn't have the power backup. I know you could see that in the market. We are reversing that. In fact, I'll take your number immediately. Those devices with the backup are in the market. You should be one of the first in these areas to have that.
I like which router are you using? The one who's talking about 5G?
He has it.
Okay, so the good news. The new, it's called Barcelli. It has landed. You can actually pick it today. It has a backup. It's a 5G router. You can pick it from our shop today. And because you've raised it, ukichukua, you'll get a discount from me.
Mwambie Kirubi as the discount code. Okay, thank you. Asante, asante sana. Ladies and gentlemen, I really want us to wrap up this because I know you guys need to go back to your biashara. To help me close, I want to call upon, she calls herself Customer Lover 001 at Safaricom. Flavia, please join me on stage and close for us as you say hi to our SMEs. Karibu sana.
Good afternoon, business people. You guys don't sound like business people. Good afternoon, business people. You know, when you're making money for yourself, there's a knack of confidence you have. Eh? Good afternoon, business people. That's better. So, very happy to have you here with us. I know we've been talking at you, but we are very grateful for the feedback you've given us. Our intention for Safaricom Grow Grow with Safaricom business was actually formed off the fact that Safaricom was once a startup, wasn't it? Right? And it's on the back of Kenyan hard work that it has become what it is today. So we keep telling ourselves, with that in mind, we need to partner with people who have that same spirit of resilience, of partnership, right? So today, what we've just come and talked to you about is the beginning. Our intent is for this to eventually become a loyalty program. So my ask, don't just sign up today and then walk away from us. We want to make this a continuous engagement where from today we see some of the business here start from, you just needed connectivity, isn't it? Then you start to think about your business and say, how do I start to protect it? And then after you protect your business, what's the next step? Simulifundishwa. Ama tumesahau. Enablement. Where now you're saying it's not just about my business in my current location. How do I make it, how do I enable a bigger population? And then finally, you move into transformation. See, that's a journey. So we say together, connect. And then after that, we protect our business, because we must. Then we enable the business, and then we transform. So with that in mind, I just want to ensure that to ensure that you understand we have understood everything you have told us today. We're going to work on the feedback. I think the more and more I listen, the more what I'm hearing is you want solutions that are tailored for you. Sindio? So tumewasikia, we'll take the feedback, and thank you so much for spending your time on a Friday, where I think the money is entering by the doubles. Sindio? Yeah. So have a good afternoon, and thank you so much for being part of this. And to all our partners, the production crew, everyone who made this, the leaders who came here, everyone who has made this a success. We cannot wait to see what the future holds, because this is just the beginning for Grow with Safaricom business. Asanteni.
Thank you, thank you. Customer Lover 001. Thank you so much, Flavia, for that. To our online audience, I just want to say a big, big thank you for sticking with us up until now. I am very sorry we started a little bit late. However, I'm hoping that you got the content and the context of this event. We started from all the way from what Safaricom business is, what we do, the solutions that can enable you to connect, to protect, to enable, as well as to transform you. We heard from our guest speaker, Bright, who scared us a little bit, but I think for me, he actually awakened me, because at the end of the day, security starts with me. It starts with you and me. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's a matter of when. So asanteni sana. Thank you for keeping the engagements. Continue to follow us on Safaricom Business, on your LinkedIn, on our LinkedIn pages, on YouTube, as well as Facebook. Tupatane pale online. So thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure to be your MC and host. My name is Victoria Wangeshi. Tupatane online siku nyingine. Thank you very much. Okay. So that's to our online audience. Now to the room. I'm being told we have some more goodies. Na haziezi enda, haziezi rudi Nairobi. Some more goodies to give away. So somebody who can tell me for 2,000 bob worth of airtime, how old is M-Pesa turning? Hey, hiyo ni kila mtu. Okay, I think I need to change the rule of engagement. The first person who will take the mic, right? Who will take the mic. So, tayarisha mic. And who will stand up because we have been sitting for 4 hours. Believe it or not. Who can tell me which Safaricom app allows business owners to track M-Pesa, collections, disburse payments, and view real-time statements from their mobile phones? Who can stand up and give me?
M-Pesa business.
Oh, man. What's your name? Remind me your name.
Isaac Bet.
Bet. Isaac Bet, yes, that is the correct answer. M-Pesa business app, 2,000 bob for him, who is helping me out to give out, want to issue as much as possible. 2,000 bob worth of airtime. Asante sana. Another question. Which precise Safaricom IoT solution enables you as a utility company to remotely monitor your water usage, to detect leaks, and automate meter readings? I know Dennis, or rather actually Michael spoke about it when it came to IoT. Who can remember?